Okay, and we have returned to the scene where one Mr. Vasily von Holtz has appeared in the doorway at the Burgomaster's dinner. And it has been a little while, so, just to get back into it a bit, maybe we can just go around the table and just, let me know what your guys' characters are thinking or what's on your mind. Especially at this moment.
What was
just
in the door? Said right before he walked in?
Was anything said?
I had asked if Vasily von Holtz would be joining us.
Okay. Because we were about to reveal to the Burgomaster
nothing incriminating has been said yet.
I guess not.
No, you were about to say Vasily von Holtz is working with Strahd and the lady, and
cool.
Then the door, almost on cue, opens up, and Vasily's face appears, and you stop mid-sentence.
Yeah, and I don't believe any words are exchanged after that point, so...
No.
Yeah, we can just return to the scene at this moment, so maybe we'll just go around the table, starting with Tyr. Just kind of what's on your mind in this moment.
I'm just patiently waiting to seize on whatever thread gets me closer to Strahd. If these guys don't do it, then I will insert my voice into the matter, as I always do, because that's ultimately my goal. Kill Strahd.
Always. And it's kind of interesting, because this kind of thought kind of comes up automatically to you, kind of at this moment, as Vasily is entering. Lip?
Just mostly surprised and feeling ready to jump into action. I don't really know what's going to happen. And I don't have the full background on this, but I know that it is a tense situation.
All right.
I was going to say you don't have the context.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Farden, what do you think?
This food is okay.
Actually, were you guys served food yet?
No.
He's just like, where's my action?
Farden, stop biting the table.
Redaction. This food's taking a while.
Yep. You guys do. You guys were served wine, and it is the red. It's the pretty good one.
Redaction.
Well, I would hope
you
so.
guys noticed that, yeah.
Redaction. This wine is pretty good. This food's taking a while.
Yeah. And
when can this be done with so we can get to go into the amber time?
And you just don't care about Vasily coming in at all.
Oh, that's that one guy. That's cut off. That's where the pot ends.
That's the one guy?
That one guy.
Cool.
I was actually thinking about, now that we've sat down in front of the Burgomaster, I was actually thinking about what happened to the guard after we left. And the door is directly behind me, so the door just opens behind me, and then I crane back. That's all I have time for, really.
Well, then, and then what after that? I'm imagining, right where we broke session when he appeared, it's that. Just to get you guys back into this moment.
As far as that goes, I do not trust this man.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
Michael?
Yeah, I was straight up about to say something about him working with Strahd, and then he walks in before I get a chance to say it, and I just visibly tense up. But so as he comes in, I'm just oh, I'm so glad he was able to join us. I was hoping to enjoy his company tonight.
That's what...
And just trying to Are
you saying that, or is that...
that's my idea of what I'm probably gonna do to try to play it cool for a minute.
Okay, so you're just thinking oh, I'm gonna act like I'm cool with this guy.
Yeah, I was definitely caught unawares.
I'm just furiously trying to read faces.
Can I redact? I see.
Yes.
I turn back and see he's there. Can I just grab my wine and just go?
Yes.
And then set it down.
Pour it on your head, or you drink it?
I drink.
Pour my head.
I mean, my head is way up here, so it's
really hot here.
You just slam the whole thing. Are you an experienced drinker?
No.
Make a
but
quick...
I'm also huge.
You are.
So I'm like.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm over 7 feet tall.
We'll see.
It's a glass of wine.
Yeah, you guys have the right to pound one glass of wine. After that, might be some constates involved.
Natural 20 on the constate.
There you go. Yeah, you're just
I feel nothing.
All right.
No, I didn't feel a thing. I'm a big dude.
And finally, Boris. What do you think?
Boris sees Von Holtz come into the room and immediately starts going over the spells that nature has provided him with for the day, realizing that so far the group has not behaved wisely when any threat has been found, and so I'm immediately just ready, This guy's gonna do something stupid. I gotta be ready for
You
this.
think the party is?
Resigned to the battle.
What are you thinking? Like the party's gonna attack him or something?
Absolutely. The party always does something stupid.
Okay.
In Boris's eyes, like burn down our safe haven, like say something stupid to people.
We always do something stupid.
Always do something
We
stupid.
always do something
that
stupid.
ends up in a fight.
It's a wonder
And so
why we're alive.
It
Boris-
really is.
Boris is just like, all right, I gotta keep these guys from dying
Especially
again.
Well, at least from what I heard, it doesn't sound like anyone is immediately planning on it just attacking.
No, we're not going to
us.
do anything. We're
So
gonna
that's good. That's
Again,
fortunate.
these are the thoughts.
Yeah, this is just what you're thinking. That's good. All right, and just give me a second to get back into it. And again, just every time I voice a character, I just make a new voice. So don't read too much into that. So what's my Vasily voice?
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano.
No, please.
Yeah. So Vasily steps into the doorway, and he kind of surveys everyone for a couple seconds. He kind of realizes everyone's in the room, and he gets like a big smile on his face. And he's like, "Oh my, what a fine group we have here! It's so good to see you all again."
Oh, jeez.
And he kind of looks around, and I think you guys, because you guys had met him before, you guys gave him your name.
You saved him from a bunch
I
of...
was about
Yes,
to actually
same.
say out loud, you avoiding the wolves?
Doing my best. And again, thank you for that. I don't know what I would have done if you guys had not been there for me. And he goes and he starts to move to take a seat. What seats did you guys leave
We
open?
left him the seats closest to the burgomaster and his wife.
Okay.
All the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to walk all the way around the table to the other end.
The dogs are impeding his path. He actually has to walk
Yeah.
around.
So actually,
He would
we'll
actually have
say,
to walk all the way around us.
yeah, we'll say he walks around you guys
Uh-huh.
and kind of just goes around one by one. So who's the first one there?
I'm farting. Did you say by me?
That's me.
Let's see.
No, that's
He
not.
walks up behind me
yes.
and
I would just like to be making an active
Is this
perception
character?
check. I'd like to watch him walk around.
I
I don't trust him.
Looks like the wizard.
I'd like to watch him
So
the
you-
entire time he walks.
You can
around.
watch him. Are you
Purple
watching
die.
for anything?
I'm
in
just
particular?
making sure he's not doing
Which
anything.
character are you? Is this
I'm the one. I'm that one.
Snap.
Yes, I'm that one. Yes.
the Fenris sister?
I'll just say, he's going to be walking and talking. We'll say you pass the check. He doesn't do any,
Okay, he's not doing anything.
sleight of hand or
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I was. Thinking about.
Yeah, no. And he's just going around, so he sees you first, Boris, or, at least you're right in front of him. Says, Boris, it's so good to see you again. And
good to
he's,
see you too.
yeah, and he's just taking basically a quick step around, barely giving people time to respond, just making sure he acknowledges everyone. So who's next in line there?
No, I already said mine. Avoiding the wolves, right?
No, he's just. But you're next in line. You're next in line.
Okay, and then he would have responded. Yeah,
Yeah.
doing my best. Thanks to you, Fenris.
That's
you helped a lot, certainly. You, I don't believe we've met.
I don't believe so.
Vasily von Holtz, what's your name?
Lippincott.
You're certainly an interesting character. Look at you. Where'd you come from?
Some other place. It's been a while, 2 days.
That's how long you've been in this land.
Yes. Just beginning my visit, unfortunately.
Well, welcome. I would say stay a while, but I don't think we have much of a choice.
Just a completely flat stare.
And he just keeps going. So who's next in line there?
Me.
You? He didn't meet you with the group, but he knows it because you're well known in Valaki.
Yeah, I am well known in Valaki.
Yeah, and for the record,
Slayer of Wolves.
you're a small hero in Valaki. We'll say that.
Yeah, a couple of wolves.
Watching
Yeah.
him very closely.
And he stares for a moment, and yeah, go and make an insight check, just as he's kind of recollecting.
Yeah.
No, dice set.
I'm gonna die.
Oh no.
Thanks.
Nick's die.
Alright.
Same for all of us, right? No superstition there. What? It always works for me. Every time works.
15.
15? Okay. He looks at you, he stares at you for a second, and he's like, Tyr, Slayer of Wolves. It's so good to see you here. And you get the sense that he's definitely, acting very surprised, but you get the sense that he kind of knew that you were here already. He's not actually super surprised to see you. Maybe he saw you guys come in, or something like that.
Kind of grunt.
Do you need to die for this session?
Got a bunch of money.
I'd actually like to greet him before he has a chance to say something to me.
Absolutely. Are you next up?
Yeah, I'm the
So
next
he
person.
continues. Boom, you lock eyes, and he says,
Yeah, I see him and I stand up and I say, "My lord, it's pleasant to see you in good health. I hope the wolves have been kept at bay."
Said Mike, I believe.
Yeah, and
Thanks
I
for
just have like a very like
Thanks for standing. You're too kind.
very like kind of fake smile, but like trying to pass it off as real.
Go ahead and make a deception.
Yeah.
Almost
Can
like
I-
a used car salesman.
Can I
Yes,
insight
again.
that?
I mean, you probably know.
I'm
It's
getting the
a
vibe.
15.
Yeah, because you have context.
Yeah, okay.
He says, yeah, very, very funny.
Yeah, we can say we.
I'm doing my best to stick to the
awesome.
roads. But actually, I've been in town recently, so.
Wait, what was that?
So I've been in town within the gates recently, so it hasn't been too dangerous.
Well, I hope your prosperity and dealing with wolves continues.
And you can see he's not like ignoring the burgomaster, but he's definitely just going around. So he actually addresses the burgomaster's wife, and he says, "Ah, Lydia, pleasure as always." And she just kind of like reflexively chuckles almost like, and just kind of holds out her hand and he kisses it. And then he actually sits down right next to her.
Did he ignore me?
No,
Oh.
I forgot about you. That's what happened.
Okay.
Though
I'm only the
actually,
biggest.
that is what happens. You notice that just kind of with the way he's going around the room, even though you're right next to him, he's like sees Lydia and addresses her. And I believe that's her name. Lydia. Yeah. Finally. And he kind of, actually at this point, you're sitting down, Farden, right? He actually just claps his hand on your shoulders, and he says, last but not least, Farden. And what did you do anything? What did you do in the fight with the wolves? Did you do any big cool things?
I killed them.
You just killed a lot of wolves.
I just probably killed a lot of wolves.
Did you kill more wolves
You
than
weren't.
anyone
You
else?
were dead, sir.
Oh, was that after?
You were
Yeah,
dead.
you
Oh, you weren't there, so we never
You
met.
weren't
You
there.
never met me.
You were playing
Oh, he's
hard.
I was.
Hey,
I
big
was there
guy.
then, Yeah. That's
Yes.
right.
He has
Okay.
not met you.
Never mind then. He probably wouldn't do that if he did. Actually, no, he does that. He claps his hand right on your shoulders and he say, "My, this is a big one here. Where'd you find him?"
Get off my dice bag.
I kind of look at him blankly. Like, I've been here.
Well, I don't believe we've met. Vasily Ivanov, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I grab his hand, and that's probably like
Yeah.
tiny.
And he reaches, like you're still sitting, and he kind of steps to your side and like reaches his hand around, like for you to shake.
You'll reach around.
Yep. And then he gives you a little boop on your shoulder, steps forward.
I kind of look confused at him, like. And I just like look at the other party members and just like I want him.
And then finally he looks and he says, Vargas, pleasure as always. Good to see you again. Thank you for inviting me. And the Baron says, yes, of course. I mean, he looks around the table and he says, please, have a seat, have a seat. Preparations are almost ready. And, let me say. And yes, so I want to say thank you to everyone sitting at this table today. And you all, whatever, you all call yourselves these days.
The Dawn Cocks.
The Doncocks.
Yeah,
Last
we
I
are
heard.
called the Dawncocks.
The Domcocks.
Last I heard.
The Baron's like, I like it. It's very appropriate. And then his wife's like,
It's because we usher the dawn as the cock.
It doesn't need any explanation.
I says,
does.
excellent. You're gonna love the festival. Then I, didn't mean to be so tight-lipped about it, but I wanted to make sure, that we were all here and Vasily as well, because it's going to be quite the spectacle. But before that, I should say, you guys should thank Vasily. He's really the reason you guys are back here today. And so he says, yes, the Baron. You guys are new here. I can tell. So. It was clear you didn't really know how things worked around here. I appreciate your, determination, and I was able to get Vargas to see that you guys have the best intentions in mind and that you want to do what's best for the people, right?
May I ask a question?
Are you saying this to Vasily?
I'm just saying it to both of them.
Okay. And then they just don't say anything, so they're just waiting for you to talk.
What did happen to the guard after we left? After you ran us out?
Okay, and you're asking this to the Baron.
Kind of looking over at both of them, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if Vasily. Wouldn't know. So the Baron would say, and I love that you're just coming out with this, by the way.
That came up, so why not?
Yes, well, what he did, trying to bring darkness to our great festival is unforgivable, but much along those same lines, we're going to make sure that he sees the error of his ways. He's a good guard. That, whatever his name is. I could look it up if you guys wanted, but...
Inconsequential, he's alive, that's fine.
Yeah, so he is alive. He's just going to serve some time. Is that what they do?
Penance.
Penance.
Yes, well, to do such a thing as that, he clearly must have lost his way, so he'll be removed from his post until he can be re-educated.
A fitting punishment, my lord.
Thank you, I'm glad you think so. It says, but I am not without mercy. It's all of you being here. I think we can all work together on this one. You guys have anything to say at this point?
What is your intent for us in this coming festival?
Do you just want us to light another object, or...?
Yeah, I've never seen an ability such as that, the Baron says. Yes, I think you are going to be the centerpiece of this grand festival. Well, at least the one who helps it to happen.
I mean...
What is going to happen?
What are we doing?
Can you explain the festival? It's only tomorrow.
And Vasily jumps in at this point and he says, on that point, Vargas, he calls him, I've just spontaneously decided he just calls him Vargas. And I don't know if the Baron likes that or not, but that's what he does. And he says, yes, Vargas, I've been noticing that even compared to the previous one, you've been gathering a lot of wood. And you guys have seen that. It was similar to the preparations like before, but just a lot
more.
Yes.
Like a shit ton of
yes.
Yes, it was way more.
Yes.
I remember you describing that to us as we were approaching.
Did I? Okay,
yes,
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
That they were working feverishly,
Yeah.
they were gathering wood. They were coming in and gathering wood, yes.
Yes, and Vasily says, of course I understand that it's all needed for the festival, but everyone in the town is warm and fed and their homes are secure. That wood is not necessary for anything else. And the Baron says, well, everyone's making do here. But of course, these festivals are important. And he kind of looks around at everyone to see if they agree. And his wife agrees.
Blank.
Wife is like,
yeah.
It's kind of what she does.
Completely blank stare.
Just blank stare?
Yeah.
It's
no
like
reaction.
A loose, just the tiniest head nod.
Okay. But intentionally blank stare?
I have 8 intelligence.
Okay.
I definitely speak up and I say, the people need to rejoice. They need something to bring light into their lives.
My head nods. More.
Yes, and you understand the purpose of these festivals.
I do.
I'm glad.
That's why we brought the wine. Of course.
From the wine.
I'm trying to think, because you were the only one that was
he was the only
visible
one
at the gates.
Yeah.
We brought the wine back from the winery to help lift the spirits of the people.
The Baron looks confused for a moment, and then he's just like, that was you at the gates.
Indeed.
Oh.
I was also there.
And you were visible?
He was an ox.
Right, so I'm just trying to keep in mind what they know about this.
Boris is just smiling.
I'm telling him that I was there.
Oh, I see.
And I said he was an ox.
So yeah, from the reports, you must have been that strange figure that returned it. The group that you spoke of. This is them?
Yes. I'm trying to make myself useful here.
And he's like, I am so glad to hear that. To know that I've put my trust in the right group here.
Trust is important these days.
It truly is, and it's hard to come by. I'm sure you can see. I'm sure you've seen that there's, strange things afoot in this place.
Indeed, and I pointedly look at Vasily.
Even more rare than trust is honesty.
Says yes. There's whatever that large explosion was, however long ago that was.
Carmont the pterodactyl.
No, that was yesterday.
It was a massive explosion of alchemist fire.
Yesterday is when the
somebody didn't
thing exploded.
Somebody did not make an investigation.
Wait, they noticed that?
Opened the door.
It was a massive explosion.
It was huge, and it's not
Oh.
that far away.
Mike is just flat stare with no eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Deception stare.
then-
I don't know what you're talking
And then
about.
before
This is
that,
like Hollywood explosion.
My eyes like glitter a little bit.
And then
As does
Look a little crazy.
Nice glitter.
As
and
does
before
your
that,
eyes.
I received word that the windmill to the east had burned down. There's been strange creatures. You were there. Strange creatures flying through to take away.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The coffin maker who was allied with Strahd.
These are
There's-
strange
There's
times.
a brief moment. He says, "All the more reason to maintain the light." And his wife goes, "That's right." It's like the only word that she said. But
She is not
make an insight check.
Yeah,
Go
absolutely. God damn it!
and make an insight check
wife
on the
is
light.
hilarious.
Everyone.
Yes, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure. Fuck.
15.
Anybody
17.
Rolled a 4.
12.
I guess 24.
This
Dang.
is literally a DC 5 because it's very obvious.
I rolled a 4. I don't understand.
4 total.
Yes, I
You
don't
are the only
understand.
one who doesn't really understand.
Yeah, I got an 8, so.
The wife, she's a thoroughly broken woman. She is
Nice.
sort of like this kind of behavior has been kind of like reflexively developed over a long period of time. She is more or less terrified
Yeah.
of her husband.
This is Vasily's wife.
No. This is the burgomaster's wife. This is
So we actually understand this, like by looking at her, like, wow, she's actually afraid.
She is, and it's not even like that is apparent on her face, but it's clear that she's just almost at this point instinctively just smiling and agreeing with everything that he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Not
sad
on
my
the-
character is
on
too
the
stupid to
backside.
understand it.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
It really is.
And
just
after
Alright.
after Vargas says that, Vasily speaks up and he says, "Yes, indeed, I had heard about that. Some strange creature to come take Henrik away after he was, what's the word? Colluding with the devil.
It's his punishment.
Yeah, well,
For sure, he kept vampire spawn in his home.
yeah, and that's the very disturbing thing is that he was taken away before he could be brought to justice. However,
Do you think it was a demon who did that? Who freed him?
whoever did that, they must have been on his side.
Do you think he survived the attack?
It was huge.
I don't know if I'm the one to ask about that.
But back to the question: festival's tomorrow. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
It says, yes, back on the point. The
Are we-
Burgomaster says, yeah. And actually, here, there's something. Let me think about the order of events real quick.
I was watching me pee.
Thanks.
Close the door. Right?
Did you put the seat down?
So I forgot to mention this part. Let's just say that.
Just like to drink
it's
the
fine.
water.
Yeah. Let's say that Izek is the one that actually brought Vasily in, and he was standing outside.
Oh, either it's like
door.
outside the door.
Yeah, and we'll say that
Sorry.
just like a minute ago, like the Burgomaster would say, thank you for getting me here safe and sound, Izek. I believe you've already ate, so go ahead and do a patrol, and we'll see you soon. Just let me know if you see anything afoot. And Izek is just like, and just takes his big old axe and just leaves. So Izek is not here.
Perfect time to assassinate the Burgomaster.
What?
His guard isn't there.
Are you saying Vasily's gonna kill him?
Perfect time to assassinate the Burgomaster.
Yes.
What?
Fireball. No.
Just staring intensely at the Burgomaster and waiting for an answer.
Says, well, it pains me to admit it, but the previous festival could have gone better. There's, forces that were conspiring to make sure that one did not go well. But, as I said, these festivals are important. We must have these to keep the light, to repel the darkness. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to prove that our flame cannot be put out in this dark land. So, if you remember the large wicker ball, and I'm just going to start to break out of character as he explains. The large wicker ball that was going to be lit last time. You remember that, yes? We have that. That remains. We're making more. And with the coming of the dawn, we're going to light them. And we're going to roll them in the gate the east gate of Alaki from the as the sun is rising. So the sun begins to rise, right? Sun begins to rise,
From the east.
and then to accentuate it, flaming
the
balls
west.
that they
Come
roll.
into the city.
Yes, they roll a flaming ball.
Goodness
They
gracious.
intend to roll it while it's on fire?
Balls of fire?
Stakes and determination, my friend.
My lord, have you taken precautions, fire brigades, buckets of water along the route?
Yes, absolutely. And as I'm sure you know, we are never short of volunteers for these festivals.
Question: can I say that I made an intelligence check of 1, and I think that's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it sounds like something to really show people that the sun is coming.
Yeah. And he says, the forces of darkness conspired against us last time, and I have no doubt that this is going to happen again, but we're going to be prepared this time. No matter what, we're never going to let our flame go out. Isn't that right?
Wait, so where do the balls go? They just go in, and then where?
Oh, yes. We're going to bring them. We're going to bring them to the town square and keep them burning. Keep a light burning for an entire day to show fire. It's a lot of wood.
He knows how fire works.
A lot of wood.
So you're burning balls
And you-
for a day.
And you guys take a look at Vasily. He's got a little bit of like a bemused smile on his face. And for the record, the burgomaster's wife thinks this is a great idea.
I want to inside both the Burgomaster and Vasily.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and just do an insight check for the burgomaster.
Natural 20 for a 27.
He really
Is
believes.
he kind of like off his rocker? Like definitely off his rocker?
No more than he always has been.
Okay.
But I don't know if you need a natural 20 to... No, he legitimately believes that this is the best way. Protect his people. Drive out the darkness.
We just have to
the
convince
hell-
him
the
otherwise.
Path to hell is paved with good intent.
The devil.
And that is going to be a 15.
And that was for just
For
what?
Vasily.
Vasily's reaction to this?
I just want to see like Vasily's like if this is like
Mike, are you feeling
something he's behind or not.
Mike,
Like if he's like down
Yeah.
for this or
Are you sure you're
if this is
feeling
for or
Yeah.
against.
Do you mind if I-
this affects his
And I looked at the-
priorities or
Do you
not.
mind if I do something real quick, like to fix my...
I mean, you would get the sense that, because like I said, I came right out. They said it's kind of a little bit of a bemused chuckle. Like, he might think that what's actually going to happen during the festival itself is maybe a little bit much. But only slightly more so than the usual festivals.
All right.
That's kind of the impression that you're getting
Okay.
from him.
Real quick, like, can I say, Mike, you look a little pale. Do you mind if I do something for him real quick, like?
You're asking the burgomaster?
I have to cast a spell, yes, to do it. Do you mind if I do that real quick, like?
What is it that you're casting?
It's a healing word.
Oh, are you not feeling well? Is the wine not suiting you?
Been
And he actually gets... I didn't put this in my tone, but the burgomaster gets a little bit of a serious face after he says this. He says, is the wine not suiting you?
I just maybe had a little too much to drink. And not back in my days in the circus college. Can't really handle as much as I used to.
He's kind of a lightweight.
I've seen it before.
Well, I can understand. You might be celebrating a little bit too much here, please, but, yes, you're welcome.
And
yes,
I'd
please.
take another sip of the wine.
Please.
and
We did have a couple of
Yes.
the blue water in before we came.
And the burgomaster says, are you okay with this, Vasily? I'm not sure how you feel about the magic. And he says, no, I trust these people.
Alright, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on Mike. I'm
Okay.
going to walk over to Mike and just walk up to him and put a hand on his shoulder, make the motions, and cast Enhance Ability for Charisma on Mike.
You're enhancing your... Okay.
His Charisma. Yes.
Nice.
See, because
True face of the party.
I was intoxicated at the time I did it, so I didn't have I didn't think to do it at the time, so... There.
So you do that?
Yes, I cast Enhance Ability on him.
And Burgomaster says, are you feeling better?
Oh, loads better. Yes, in fact, I feel like I've never been better my entire life.
Yes!
Well, you just got enhanced, so go ahead and just make a deception check. For me.
Exactly.
I wasn't even going to make you, but
Yeah. He
What
wanted
did
it. He
What's-
wanted it.
What do I bet on
You have
advantage?
you have advantage
You have advantage.
Why
I
are
just
we
on
enhanced.
charisma checks.
Well, that's going to be a 17.
Okay, he also rolled a natural 1 for his insight. So I'm glad to hear it.
Tight.
Salesman up.
Yep.
To your
That's
heart's
a good
content.
deal. God damn.
He feels great now. He's
Yeah.
enhanced.
It's the best he's ever felt.
Is there anything? Okay, no, I did this. Okay, and it's actually about this point. You hear a small bit of shuffling in the hallway, and at the door appears Irina, your friend.
You gads.
You guys, Irina's
Whoa.
here.
So when Irina comes in, I just stand up, just turn around and give her a hug.
Yeah, and you guys all see. Irina's face lights up. Vasily's face lights up when he sees Irina.
Ooh.
I mean, you guys saw that he was a little
Yeah.
bit sweet on her the first time.
First time.
Yo.
Yes.
Comfortable
Much,
vibes
much to
there.
her chagrin.
I'm gonna get up and
He's gonna sit next to me and him.
I'm gonna get up and wave and say, "Make some room." Irina sits right here.
Oh, okay. So should we
I'm gonna,
rearrange?
I'll rearrange.
You're gonna have
You should
Jess
put her as far
shuffle
away
over.
from Vasily as possible.
We should just put her across the table from him. It's like here, I'll get up. I will like give her a hug, and then I'll just.
Move towards me.
Okay, so you guys are inconspicuously shuffling to keep her away from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Well, just like no,
Let's go with that one.
because Boris, you were next to me, right? You're the
Yes,
big guy
she's
next
there.
to me.
yeah, I'm the die, the purple die.
Yeah. So I was like, no, all right. I'd pull my chair.
When we
up,
went to the church, you probably did.
give her a hug and say, here.
We went and dropped off the carpet.
Yes.
You met
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Yeah, you met her.
Welcome to the table, Irina.
Yeah, there's a lot to keep track of for me here.
Yeah.
Lots of interactions.
And I'd like to take a look at the burgomaster as Irina comes in and see if there's any sort of anything going on.
Go and make an insight check.
Maybe like a look between him and Vasily or something. That one.
He definitely doesn't look at Vasily. But you're trying to get a read on the burgomaster. He seems like he's happy to see Irina. You know that it would kind of be like a formality or a normal thing because she's a fellow noble to invite her
Yeah.
for dinner. So this is kind of him, his wife, a couple bit of local nobility, and then you guys.
Cool.
So it seems like that was the reason she was brought here. Because of her status there, not necessarily her relation to you guys.
I try to give her a reassuring smile in the Farden way, that optimism and everything and hope.
Yeah, and
Torn.
when Irina steps in, you see a range of emotions go over her face on everyone.
Who's gonna?
And this is probably really the first time you get to see her kind of noble kind of background and upbringing. She's standing very formal, like she gives a polite nod to the burgomaster. She gives a legitimate smile when she sees all of you. I think she's met all of you before.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
she doesn't necessarily go around the table, and she sees Vasily, and you get the sense that she's glad. Because I didn't even plan that empty seat would be next to Vasily, but she's glad that she doesn't have to sit with him. The downside is she kind of has to stare at him now. He's kind of
Directly.
they're kind of staring at each other now. So it's a little bit of a wash, but she's still.
I would like to stand up and be like, please, Lady Irina, I feel that you should sit at the head of the table.
And this is like as she's sitting down, as
I had pulled a chair out.
has
for her.
already moved for her.
As a person of noble status, you truly deserve a spot at the head of the table.
Well, that's very kind of you, Michael. I didn't.
Wait, can you roll a persuasion check, please?
Yes, roll a persuasion.
With advantage.
Take advantage of that.
That's the
Yes.
enhanced ability. Yes.
This is just gonna be a bunch of
Persuasion will
It
be
is.
20.
20. And you get the sense that she doesn't exactly know why you would do that, but
Yeah.
she just thinks that you know something she doesn't, and she's like, oh, well, if you insist.
There's like some sort of tone in my voice that's like, no, really, you should sit here.
Yeah. And then when she says, if you insist, what you hear is, I'm going to take your word for it. on this
Yeah.
one. So,
Cool.
Yeah. We're completely blocking Vasily.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
the point.
It's great.
And
Fuck this
who's
dude.
sitting next to Vasily?
What is Vasily?
I am now.
Paris is now. Right next to
I am now.
You are. Or you're kind of like.
I'm towering over him. He's got two big dudes right next to him.
Yeah. And I don't know. How did I describe Vasily the first time? He's wearing like a blazer, like a suit jacket, something kind of.
Looking really regal.
Yeah,
Looking
looking
fancy.
pretty regal, like a minor noble.
Can I?
You don't see him wearing. Was he wearing armor last time?
I don't remember.
He was wearing leather armor last time because he was
Yeah,
out on a wolf
he-
hunt.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't be. Yeah.
Said.
So he wouldn't be wearing armor this
Yeah.
time.
Can I give him an ocular pat down?
What do you
See if he's got any weapons concealed on him.
Go ahead and make.
Perception check, yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation
Or
check.
is it investigation?
We weren't stripped of our weapons or anything, were we?
No.
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just seeing to see if he has any weapons.
I'm really flexing that 12-inch in this party.
Did he have a
I know,
certain
right?
weapon last time? I don't know. We'll say he has a short sword on his hip.
Okay.
Does Irina have her rapier? Or did she use a rapier? I think she did.
She uses a rapier.
Yes, she does, and she would have that.
Okay.
And what did you roll? You said
An 18.
18. Let me check something.
Do I get a sense that in these dangerous times it's common for people to carry weapons on them? In Barovia?
No, it's
Yes.
Barovia.
We've
Um,
seen
I don't blame
people
anybody who
yes,
carries a weapon
and-
here.
weaponry.
If anything, more so upon your most recent return.
Okay.
Tyr, let's have a word for a second.
Oi.
D&D.
Yeah.
D&D, guys. D&D.
Yeah.
This is a fun dinner party. I'm excited about actually trying to talk our way out of this and not
Well,
try to fight everyone.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten to the point where we're actually discussing anything yet, because it's all about the formalities, right?
I know.
We're like, hold on, we're gonna move.
Well, we know
our
we're going to
way
make
around, so
great
she's
flaming
not
balls of
talking.
fire
Mm-hmm.
into...
Why don't they just put them in town?
But we haven't gotten to anything.
I'm assuming we're going to set the balls on
I'm
fire.
really curious
Yes, but
how
we haven't
that's
gotten
going to
anything
work.
actually important.
What was that?
Magic.
I'm really curious how they're going to roll a giant wooden,
Magic
wonder
isn't
ball.
super common.
They don't know. They don't have.
They don't do that sort
No.
of thing.
They do not have magic here, really.
Vasily leans past you, Fenris. Actually, yes, he does.
Mhm.
To look at Irina. It's like he just nods forward and just looks over at her. Creep.
That's you lean forward as well.
and
You could probably lean across the whole table and
just like block him. Says, Irina, it's been a pleasure.
Is he doing this?
He said it's been a while since I've been able to see you.
Von Weinstein.
And then I just lean forward.
And she rolls her eyes internally and then recomposes herself and says, a pleasure as always. Okay.
I look at him blankly.
Tense.
I look at him
I
blankly
turn
and
to
smile.
Irina with my fedora and say, "Milady."
The lady's appropriate for this setting.
It is.
We're just all trying to white knight her.
It's just a white knighting contest.
Yep.
I stare blankly.
How are we proceeding? Okay.
Baron, I think I have a suggestion for the festival tomorrow.
I had some plans of my own that I wanted to mention, but please.
Instead of bringing the fire in from the east gate and risking possible ignition of buildings the entire way down to the square, I believe you should put it on a mechanism to raise it, to start it on the east side of the square and raise it over top. And then you can bring it down to the west side for the sunset. But staying in the square so that any possible damage to your fine city is avoided.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
4.
It's a solid 4.
says, well, that, and he thinks on it for a second. He says, that I don't think that would do. I don't think we'd be able to make the mechanism in time. I mean, we must be nothing if not realistic.
I know a blacksmith that can definitely do it.
Well, but how about this? Because, the gate is important. This is sunrise. We must involve the gate. It's called the Sunrise Gate. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it is called the Sunrise Gate.
No,
and then you have the
Sunset.
Cool. And then you have the Sunset Gate on the other side.
East-west.
East-west. And then the Zarvage Gate on the north, because it goes to Lake Zarvage.
Mm-hmm.
How will we pull the ball through the town? I mean, are you going to push it while it's on fire?
No, we have to pull it.
And it looks like he didn't really think this all the way through. And he's only thinking about it now.
Can I make an intelligence check?
For what?
To determine if I can figure out a suitable way to pull it. Because I have an idea.
Well, he would say this. He says, well, I mean, I suppose there could be a hazard of fire. Do you have abilities that would help you if something were to happen?
We could put out flames and
We've been-
spread. but-
We've been building this ball for a little while. I would hate to have it go to shame. It's quite large at this point.
If I might,
control water.
gotta-
to put out flames.
What you're saying
yes.
is you have a swollen ball.
Yes,
we can at least
just one.
do
I
that.
see.
Fortunately,
I do have an idea, actually. If we wet down the walls of the buildings on the way to it, we can keep them from burning.
yes. I think that would be.
Leave that to me. Just give me a
I
few
have an
pints of
idea.
beer.
Arden is raising his arms like this, about for the past minute, because when he has an idea, it's what if?
You obviously,
away.
and then you just start
Something
talking.
to
Yeah.
What if instead of take the entire ball through the gates, we put the ball in the middle, and we hold a big old torch of fire, and we run through. I feel like there's in the distant land there's a sports game similar where they do something like this, where we run through the east entrance as in heralding the light of the east, and bring light it on fire, light to the town.
But carrying a torch from the east, from the Sunrise Gate to the Ball of Fire.
That's actually pretty similar to the plan he was about to mention, but here's what he says. He says, I understand there, we want to make sure that we preserve this great town. We could wet the walls. I can wrangle a group together to do that. Make a persuasion check.
Okay, good thing you quiz me. 16.
There you go.
16, he says.
Not bad.
But I can understand that. But a torch? One torch, that won't do it all.
Something bigger.
What about a bundle of 10 torches?
So a series of torches
Together.
placed along the road that we light from east to west with the coming dawn.
We would take a torch and then we would just light and move to the next one and light it and move to the next one and
Yes,
light it?
and all in the square would see that, the dawn always comes and brings the light that we need.
Surely you don't want to injure the backs of those lighting the torches that are on the ground.
No, I don't
They
think
would
it's
be
too hard.
What
planted
if
in the ground,
what if
Oh.
easily accessible.
Fenris
Hmm?
creates his miniature sun
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's
and brings it in from the
Does
east
Does
From
his
the
eyes light
sunrise
up
gate.
as the sun lights?
Alright, I need a map.
and he
Since-
carries it across.
You can move it?
20 feet every few seconds.
Yes.
It moves pretty slowly, but I can move it.
Yes.
Wait, how long does it last for?
1 minute.
How many times can you do it, and how long is the trip from the east gate? to the
7
center?
times at most.
How long is the trip from the east gate to
You can make it there.
Okay.
That's,
It's 200 feet
that's,
per
that's
pass.
incredible. Yes. That's a great plan.
That is a good idea, actually. It's much
It's-
safer. I can keep it from burning anything, too.
I'm
actually that excited about this.
Yes,
It's a
he's
very
like,
good idea.
this is exactly what we needed.
I
knew.
that earlier.
I knew
Yeah.
this.
Boris
And,
raises his glass of wine.
and he actually looks straight at Vasily and says, "Thank you, Vasily, for making me understand just how these people are truly servants of the light, even if they didn't appear it to be." And Vasily says, "Yes, well, we definitely had a different introduction. to them. You know, this started with them saving my life, so I felt like they had real potential, and that shouldn't be, you know, misconstrued. You're a good bunch here.
On a more serious note, going back to Henrik, did anyone search his home afterwards? What did you find? Was there more? Was there any evidence?
Burgomaster says, yes, we searched his shop quite thoroughly. We found evidence that those creatures had been in his storeroom for quite some time. It doesn't appear that there were any more.
Did you find excrement?
I don't want to answer the question in English. Doesn't matter.
How is that?
Yeah.
Said quite some time. I want to know how.
Did you find Yeah, that's a good way to
Everything
measure how long
shits.
it be.
Do vampire shit.
Do vampire shit. He rolled a natural 20 for information on vampires.
Yeah, but
but
it was a total 19, so I would say in this case, you wouldn't know. It's DC 20 to know vampires.
It's vampire shit.
No one has ever seen a
Very
vampire
specific
shit and lived to tell the tale.
Very specific information.
What kind of role would we need?
Vampire crap in his
No,
castle.
guys, there's no role.
I will say everything alive shits. Vampires are undead.
Yeah.
And like whatever Henrik told you guys about them, I mean he was telling the truth, like as far as he knew. So I don't remember exactly how long he said he had been there, but it lines up with what he told you there.
Burgomaster, how long will this festival be? We do have certain things we need to do afterwards.
A growing list of dinner parties to attend.
Yes. Certain business to attend to.
Yes, I understand. Well, I do wish to have all of your assistance during this next one, during this next festival. And at this point, Vasily kind of gives like a look to the Burgomaster, kind of like he knows what he's talking about. And so the Burgomaster would say, yes, I do have a request for you all. As I'm sure you all know, there are dark forces that conspire against us. That's easy to tell. But the reason that we have to do these festivals is to push back against this. There are dark things going on in this place. And I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
I just completely serious look. Like, didn't even change my expression at all.
Yeah. And he's like, Lady Wachter.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been able to find any evidence or really find something, but she's up to something.
Who's saying this?
The Burgomaster.
Oh, okay.
Vargas is saying this.
Can I ask a quick out-of-character question?
Yeah.
Do I know if Vasily and Lady Wachter were actively working together, or just both working for Strahd, but not necessarily together?
Well, I mean, what do you know? Because the information that you've heard about... Because you haven't seen Vasily do anything wrong. You've only seen him, help you guys speak up against the Burgomaster?
But we do know that he was responsible for the vampire spawn.
That's what Henrik told you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Lady Wachter said that that her and Vasily were friends?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he said? What she said?
A dear friend.
Dear friend.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think you guys had heard or seen about Vasily going towards the north side of town at one point.
Yeah.
That's the worst you've seen of him.
When
But
we,
that's-
first,
and that's
brought,
what you
when we
heard.
first brought him in, he took off towards the north.
He went towards the north? Okay, yeah. So
Before we
that's-
had context for what it meant.
yeah. So you saw him going to the north side of town, but
Okay.
that's the summation of the information that you have
Yeah.
about him.
That's all.
Okay. And so what was just said? He says, yes. So, these festivals are, we need to make sure that they go off without a hitch. So I would appreciate if you all, the ones that are not participating directly in the festivities, just keep an eye out. Make sure nothing suspicious happens.
And once we light the fire and complete that, would we be able to be on our way?
As well, I suppose once we get your son to the square, should be able to light the ball there. And that should be... That's really the hard part of the plan, it seems. So we can...
What about the end of the festival where it leaves out the west gate?
Weren't you just going to keep it lit for 24 hours, you said?
And he looks like you just gave him a new idea. He's like, well, we'll handle that one when it comes. I don't think we'll require your assistance for that one, but I would appreciate. It's always the beginning of these. It's the preparation. That's the hard part of these festivals.
Well, we are indeed the Dawn Cocks, so I believe we are the ones that you need.
Yes, we herald the dawn like the cock.
That's where the name comes from.
Yeah, that's what I heard from Mike.
Yeah. And then the burgomaster will say, yes, and Vasily has been quite helpful for me. He's really the one that put me on to her in the first place.
Do I get a creepy vibe from Vasily at all this whole time?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
22.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a weird vibe from him.
Yeah.
He's
kind of creepy.
he's definitely creeped on Irene.
I'm still leaning forward.
You still moving for him.
Because, as far as I know, all we really have on him is hearsay.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to make an assessment on what I'm experiencing from him.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely something. He hasn't really lied. I mean, there's it's got secrets. Everyone's got secrets, right? Well, yeah, no, definitely creeper vibe coming from.
Okay, all right.
100% creeper, at least as far as it comes to Irina. So definitely creeper vibe from him.
Level 4 creeper.
It's the kind of lean where whenever he changes, maybe a few seconds later, I'll do the same thing.
Which thing?
So if I'm leaning forward,
Oh, I see.
he'll
Okay.
naturally try to lean backwards so he can see again. So a few seconds later,
And I'll go ahead and say that
then I'll lean backwards.
I'll just say that this is just continuously happening very slowly.
Yes,
You see
periodically throughout the.
You see him just taking glances at Irina.
I'll be doing this, and it's just out of the corner of my eye. I'll be paying attention. He'll lean back.
Just to
I'll
establish the vibe. The white knighting is definitely
lean back
appropriate.
again. Yes.
Yes, this is something that deserves to be stopped. Before we continue, let's take a quick break. How about that?
Cool.
What was the topic of conversation at that point?
Go ahead and pause the recording.
Yeah, let's do that.
Wait.
Button.
Will.
What?
I was.
And we're back. that was mostly intentional. We returned to the scene, the burgomaster and Vasily, talking about Lady Walker. And Vasily says, yeah, she's definitely up to something. I'm not entirely sure what it is. She's gonna go ahead. And who's had the best relations with Vasily so far? Would you say, Mike? Face the
Mike.
party? I actually can't.
I
remember.
feel like I've been
No,
the
it's-
most
it's
cordial with
mine.
him.
You think so?
Yes.
At least in that
You
I'm
speak-
deceiving him, but I've been being friendly to him.
He has spoken with the most formality. If that.
And also confidence.
Yes, that too.
I don't remember from before who is nice or not. From
Gotcha.
our last interaction.
Yeah. So what Vasily will say is he'll say,
Garrett, actually.
says you all have been around the town quite a bit. You've been all over this place. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Do you know anything about what she's up to? And he'll be looking at you as he says this, Mike.
Her plans are a mystery to me. The most interaction we've had with Lady Walker are through her sons.
Huh. Obviously, go ahead and make a deception check.
Mm-hmm. With advantage. Good use.
Good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm still
Oh,
concentrating on
bad.
Oh,
I rolled a 2 and then a 1.
Ooh, shit.
Plus, it's gonna be an 8 for my deception.
Ooh, so
Do I have any inspiration at all?
Do you have any marked down?
Yes.
Then you should have inspiration.
Alright.
You guys get to carry over 1 inspiration between sessions.
15.
15. Vasily says, and Vasily seems to, kind of believe what you're saying and just sit back. For a second, he's like, oh, stuff then.
I lean back.
He looks back at you. And where are you standing in relation to him? Just so.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm sitting directly across from Vasily.
Directly across. Okay. Yeah, he's just going to look and he's going to say, are you sure? Go ahead and we'll say for the purposes of this, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Great.
What?
Can I touch Mike on the shoulder and
We're
say, like, recall carefully and give him guidance?
Absolutely not, especially because that doesn't work on saving throws anyway. You need resistance.
Resistance, which I have.
But I think you.
Wow.
I think you do.
17.
17, and I think you get a. Are you within 10 feet of Farden?
We all are.
Oh yeah, no, you get plus
We-
3 to your saving throws.
20.
20 total.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's clear. Well, you. What was your deception roll? 15.
Yes.
Yeah. Even with that, seems pretty clear that Vasily doesn't believe what you're saying.
And I
the
honestly
Burgomaster
wouldn't
seems to-
expect him to.
The Burgomaster
Is there
says
any
we-
indication that Vasily was doing something next to me?
No, he didn't. He didn't cast a spell.
Okay.
I
was like, did he do anything overt?
As
Like-
I've established, it's very overt, like spell components
yeah.
and things. He didn't do anything besides just looking at Mike
Yeah,
and talking to him.
Question: how long has it been since Vasily's come in? Has the food come yet?
Oh yes, I suppose the food should come at some point.
It's only. I mean, we technically our actual speaking is only like 20 minutes.
It's been a
not-
little bit. At this point, to
I'm
break
hungry.
the tension of the moment, the food comes in.
Just as he asks me are you sure? And then the food comes. I'm like, oh, the food's here. Great.
Yes, that's exactly
Let's
what
dig
it
in.
is.
Great cutting
Yes.
the food's
And you all are served food by the servants. They put it on a plate in front of each of you. This is probably some of the finest food that you've had
Body of
You
Strahd.
can put it under.
in Barovia. Especially since you guys have mostly been consisting on good berries and
Yeah.
occasional soup.
Yeah.
They lay out just like fine chicken breasts. I don't know if you guys have even seen a chicken in Barovia yet. There are wolf steaks.
We literally killed the
course.
chicken.
Did you? Oh yeah, there's
Poisoning
one.
it.
There's the one. Yes.
And then we killed the other one to eat.
Yes. Yes. You've killed every chicken
That we've encountered, actually, yes.
Both of them. Yes. So
Uh-huh.
you have seen those. Yeah. Fine chicken breast. Each one of you gets. Seems like basically professionally prepared greens. And with the wine and everything, this is much finer. And you guys all know that this is much finer than even the other people in Valaki.
My God.
My mouth is watering. It's
Just
been a
on a
while
daily
since I've had a
basis.
big meal like this.
Yes.
Famished.
Yeah.
Speaking of the mother's milk, that poison,
Yeah.
nothing.
I mean, you have it. I mean,
have it with
thanks
me.
thanks for reminding me that. You
Yeah.
have it.
You gonna Vasily poison Vasily?
I'm not gonna do anything irrational.
That would be a very sleight of hand.
That'd be very Don Cox if you did. Just saying.
I'm just I immediately
Something
start
stupid.
digging in, just munching off, almost mildly savage-like,
Yeah.
but still retaining some semblance of civility. But definitely as if I have not eaten a proper meal in about 10 days.
Yeah, no, you guys are.
Same.
Yeah, you guys are eating like you're famished. The Burgomaster doesn't take too much offense at this. It's clear that he, he's helping out you guys by giving a fine meal for you.
I'm keeping an eye on Vasily as I eat.
I was
I mean,
going to
Vasily-
say the same.
Vasily graciously thanks the Burgomaster and he says, "Oh, this looks excellent as always. Thank you, Vargas." He says, yes, only the best for those who preserve the light, right?" And he kind of raises his wine glass to everyone.
I raise mine in my left hand as I have a chicken breast skewered on my talon.
Did any servant come and refill my glass at any point?
Yes.
Okay.
Just, basically on demand. You guys have been.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I raise my gauntleted brass right arm,
Great.
which I cannot detach anymore, and throw at you.
You guys start to chow down, and Vasily still has a concerned look on his face. Like he's not ready to let this go quite yet. He's like, yeah, and definitely strange things happening in this place, especially when Henrik was taken by that foul beast. I heard that you were there to see it, Michael. What was that?
I can hardly believe my eyes. I've never seen any beast quite like that. I know not from where it came.
That part's definitely not true. Go and make a deception check. And
It's 21. Oh, wait.
With advantage.
with advantage.
It's a 21, but...
It's 25.
Okay, yeah. That's good. And while you're at it, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
+3 on top of it.
3.
Okay.
Wait, 3 with my +3 to you?
He rolled
Am I
a 2,
thinking about
minus
something?
2, plus 3.
Make an investigation check on Vasily to determine if he is disguising himself.
Yeah. What is that?
A la the disguise self spell.
Yeah. Make an.
It's an investigation.
Religion?
It's an investigation check. Yeah. That is a 15.
15. No, you don't catch anything. Doesn't look like he's disguised.
And when I believe I used Divine Sense right when we walked in last session, and you said I didn't Divine Sense.
Did you?
I believe I did.
If not, you can do it now.
Yeah, because that's what I have. I have it marked
Yeah,
off.
and you can do that like stealthy or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, it's just a thing that happens.
You don't detect anything within 30 feet. He doesn't register as a whatever you're looking for. Yeah.
Indeed.
And
Always metal.
sorry,
You're always metal.
too many things. Where's the thing that I need? Wait, actually, where actually is the thing that I need?
Plus
Inflammatory.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, found the thing that I needed. Yeah, and he seems satisfied with your response, so he's like, okay. It's like, yeah, and any information on this issue would help. There's, as you know, dark forces around. And
Maybe, I'm sure that Lady Walker has friends in the city, or at least allies, so perhaps we can track them down and seek out more information from them. And I say that just kind of, not staring at him, but just like looking at him,
yeah, and that. And Vargas will speak up after that and says, yes, I wish that we had the time to do such a thing, but, we must get our rest at some point tonight. So,
It's getting late.
yes, slightly inconvenient that the festival is being put on at dawn.
I'm cleaning up on what's on my plate, just like eating the leftovers, just still eating after everybody else is finished. Big.
Yeah, so,
Stop.
yeah, he's not, like, you're not getting hurried along, but, the kind of the mood in the room is that everyone is kind of starting to wind down, because you got to get to bed, you got to get a full rest before dawn.
Yep.
So,
Because we got here, it was like 8 o'clock. So
it was right after
person-
sundown,
Yeah.
so you have time for, a quick dinner, and then just get to it.
Well, where would we be staying tonight?
I thought we were staying at the Blue Water Inn.
Oh, I guess we could go back there. They're nice.
But yes, I heard that you had fairly positive relations. Erwin's he's a good guy, big fan.
Helps that we brought him a wine too.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, and you've helped him serve a valuable role here in Vlaki, and I must thank you for that again.
Oh wait, no, I can't lean over to Mike. He's too far away.
It was a little weird actually. His family their family didn't seem to be too keen on them when we spoke to them at the winery. They didn't seem to like Erwin that much actually.
Ah.
The Pops seemed a little disappointed.
Ah,
Not
well,
sure why. He didn't say, but
do
do you know anything about
The
that?
Brent says, I think I have an idea for why that might be.
What's going on there? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, because Erwin's family over at the winery, they're not within the walls of this great city where everyone is happy. So I can't account for whatever problems they have in their life outside our walls, but I hope they figure something out.
They were attacked by druids. That's why the wine was stopped.
Oh, that's quite serious.
Yeah. Actually, there was a giant tree thing that tried to destroy the winery. It would have prevented any further wine shipments.
I definitely wouldn't call them druids in the true sense.
No, definitely not. But their powers seem to come from nature. I don't know if they could be called druids, though.
I've never seen nature used like that before.
No, it was corrupted. It was twisted.
Had I sensed?
Like everything else in this land.
I'm pretty sure I did divine sense that area. Was it desecrated? The druids were on.
I don't think so. It didn't count as desecrated now.
Okay.
No,
I don't think we found any desecrated land yet.
No.
No, you haven't. At this
That's when we
point,
go to the Amber Temple.
yeah. At this point, fuck it. Everyone make a wisdom saving throw, please.
+3.
Good.
Ha! Ha!
Huh.
That's a massive 5.
I got a massive 7.
Good.
With the
8.
+3. Roll a natural 2.
You got a 9.
Oh, wait. I have proficiency
Wow.
in wisdom saves, so that's
5,
a...
7, 8, 9.
That's a 9. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, fine.
22.
Here, let me just go down the let me go down the alphabetical order real quick on this. Boris, what did you get?
12.
12. Is this with the plus? Okay, and everyone gets plus 3.
Yeah.
Hardin?
19.
Plus,
I rolled it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Your
Where do we
bonus
get
is
plus
just
3?
higher than mine. I rolled a 2 as well.
Hardin.
Yeah,
It
19.
gives AoE save boost.
on top of whatever
As
my
an-
bonus
yes.
is.
Actually, I think, Boris, I actually think on the map you are outside of 10 feet.
Wow,
You are
I
at
just
the
crushed
opposite
it.
end of the table.
I would say just out. Don't
But
worry.
it
about
doesn't
that.
really
We'll
matter.
say
It's
everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but
Yeah, let's say this.
yes. I
Okay.
actually looked. I just looked at it. I'm like, wait,
19. Fenris?
it was a whopping 9
9.
with all the bonuses included and proficiency.
Mike?
8.
Okay.
Rolled a 2.
Tier?
25 from a natural 20.
There we go.
Nice.
And Lip.
10.
Tyr and I are like the only ones who like act acrobat.
Okay. It's about this time. The Baron would wrap things up. Says, there's still preparations to be made, and I'll be overseeing some of those even tonight. So my work is not done, but you all, you should get some rest. There's lots of work to do in the morning, and again, please just keep an eye out. And if you see anything strange, just let me know. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you for the meal.
Yes. And
I'm full.
Vasily and Irina, they give their polite, regal thank yous, their formalities. I myself do not do them.
By
So.
dawn? Sorry.
Yes. Everyone should be gathered by dawn, because at dawn is when it really
When
happens.
this begins, yeah.
Lip, go and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's a 3. Plus 3, so 6.
6, okay.
Different result.
Okay, great. This worked well. And kind of everyone will leave around the same time. And actually, as you guys are walking out, Vasily is going to say to you guys, and this is... Actually, no. This is not what happens. That's not what happens at all. Because as you guys are saying your goodbyes, appearing in the doorway is Izek Strahd again.
Hey.
Which is, it's not big, that's fine.
He's just coming in. He just
Yeah,
finished his
just kinda-
patrol.
Even joke about the marketing.
And we'll say that this is, as you guys are standing up from your seats, Izek looks around. He's like, the Burgomaster looks at Izek, says, Izek, good to see you again. I hope everything has been well in the city. And Izek says, yes, all is well. Look around. He looks around. And he sees Irina. And he gets a look on his face like you guys have never seen before. His eyes go wide.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
You just start to cast something?
Immediately start casting Detect Magic. If his eyes go wide and he looks at Arena, can I cast Detect Magic?
You can start to do that. And
Thank you.
Yes.
As this is happening.
And here's what we'll say happens. Izek looks at Irina and he says, "It's you." And Irina's confused. She's like, I'm sorry. I don't believe that we've met. Irina Kolyanovich of Borovia, pleasure to meet you. He says, "It's you." Reaches into his pocket, not for a weapon, but reaching into a pocket. And you guys see, as he pulls out, it looks like a little, sewn doll. And what you actually see is that this little thing that he pulls out looks uncannily like Irina.
Weird.
Looks up and he says, "It's you." And he takes a step toward her. You're casting Detect Magic.
That would be about when Detect
Yeah.
Magic would
What
come
are you guys
online.
Divine Sense.
Well, you wouldn't have it, would you?
I have 4.
You have 4? Oh yeah, it's your.
Because he has +4 charisma.
Ah,
Oh, no,
shit.
sorry, I have 3.
He's 3.
Oh, it's a charisma mod.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's based on your charisma mod. Yeah.
You, no, you don't detect anything. Any pings.
No fiends.
Okay.
No, none of that stuff.
His arm is kind of weird, but
Dead. Yeah, just
you don't necessarily detect
Okay.
anything from that.
Yeah.
He seems to be striding towards her with a purpose, and he's pulling out his very large hand is empty, and he's beginning to reach out to her with it. What do you guys do?
I would try to stand in her way, but I'm not close enough.
No, I'm not even. If he didn't pull a weapon, if he's not being aggressive, he's holding a doll. Right?
What
He's
is
holding a
Irina's
doll.
reaction?
Yes, exactly.
She's scared.
I'm getting
I-
out of this way.
Is he holding the doll in front of him to reach out to her? What is he doing?
No,
Actually?
he's holding the doll in one hand.
Mhm.
He looks up again at her. He takes a step forward, and he looks like he's about to try and get through y'all.
I'm
Oh, no,
going
no,
to
no,
try
it's
to,
okay,
like,
so.
in a calm manner, be like, Isaac, please. That's no way to approach a noble lady.
Are you stepping in front of him?
Yes.
You see him
the
preparing
charisma.
to basically shoulder check you, and that's about the point where we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, fuck. Okay. This will be interesting.
Huh.
Ooh, this is tight quarters.
Yeah.
Attack codes.
Again, we're back into very
Yeah.
small quarters.
Sorry, guys.
All good. Happens.
I was going to try to block him, but I rolled high on initiative. So it's like,
Okay. My toes will make this place look great.
I mean, yeah, it's like there's
if
so
they
many
don't
bodies.
fit, it will literally
here's-
destroy you.
Here's the thing: there's so many bodies in here. Like he can't get past us unless he kills.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In private?
Guys,
No, you can't see his penis.
D&D.
But why though? That was a great initiative roll. Also, 20.
Pause.
You can't do anything until we see what he actually intends.
Oh, right, and we've
We're
got
blocking him
some
already.
initiative rolled. You guys hear the burgomaster say immediately, Isaac, stop this at this moment. And you've seen that Isaac is very loyal. You saw how
Follows
important he
commands to a
was.
T, yeah.
Yes, he followed those orders to a
The
T
word.
just to make sure to
Yes.
satisfy the burg. He is ignoring his orders right now.
Ooh boy!
Oh shit.
First up
Something
is
important.
tier. And we can place
Something
ourselves in
important.
actual squares if we wanted. Or just when it comes to you.
Yeah.
We can also
Yeah.
theater of the mind this, given it's in such
Yeah,
a cramped
it's
space,
extremely
and not
Kind
move
of.
things around a whole
Yeah.
bunch. Like
Attack ranges and things I want to
yeah.
matter, but and actually, I guess there is a door right behind her, so that's pretty convenient. We'll see how the initiative works out.
Where is he?
That's Isaac.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
And at this point, he's
Can't
like,
even transport
he's
in this bottom half.
about to reach for his axe. He's going to go
Shit,
through
cool.
anyone to get to her.
So he has a very threatening, like
Totally takes
charge.
actually.
Okay.
You know how he's been like restraining his violence most of the time.
Got it.
Less restrained at this moment.
Got
He's
it.
like, no, I'm doing
He's
this.
for whatever reason he's very fixated on
Got
this.
it.
So I'm going
But he
to
Right.
attack his arm with the intent of making it difficult for him to access his weapon.
Just attack him.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Some health numbers down.
Yeah, that's going to
So
be.
you actually draw your sword.
Mhm.
You
Draw your sword.
You
Yeah.
whip out your sword. You,
Mhm. Oh yeah, my sword's out.
Oh, fuck.
you have a rapier?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's going to be 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. He's wearing studded leather armor. Studded leather armor. And also what Vasily shouts out is, protect her! He seems to be very concerned for her.
Nice. That's going to be 15 damage with my rapier.
Gosh.
Yes.
Ooh, wow. What did you roll?
An 8.
Yeah, no, I think this is just going to end with you
Plus-
guys knocking him
yeah.
out, so that's fine.
No.
How much
Wait.
damage was
It's
it?
+2 on the hit or
Dueling?
damage.
Yeah, dueling.
Yeah,
Plus,
+2
oh, you
damage.
have, right. You have fucking 20 dice.
Sorry, what was the damage again?
That was,
I'm like, wait,
sorry,
how the fuck did you-
15.
Right? Like, wait, what? All right, you're a fighter. You have 20 dice.
Alright, and then I'm going to do a complicated little swish of the hand and hit him again. And that is going to be 22.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, he has +8 in hand, right? Like, damn.
Yeah, that's going to be... Oh, sorry, that was 23 to hit. But yeah, that's going to be 13 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, you just start fucking chopping into his big arm, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you see there's like spurts of blood shooting out. You're
Just
starting
like
to see even like
poke
yeah, you're just
a couple of
fucking
times in the
poking.
shoulder so he can't push. his
Actually, with that
arm out.
second one, you feel a little. You think like you might have hit bone in the fucking thing. But you're just stabbing his arm real good, and that brings us to mine.
Was that how much damage was that to?
Unless you have anything else to do, sorry.
No, I don't think an action search will be necessary.
Cool. And you're just standing right next to him, right? Like you were already in position. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Send a wheel around.
Michael.
I would first like to check, see how much of the attention is on Izek. Really, like, kind of trying to pay attention to Burgomaster. Seeing if he would notice me kind of, like, backing over here.
If he would notice you, if you were like going past him, he would definitely notice that.
Yeah, or I just mean, like,
He's also
where's his attention drawn mostly, but...
his attention is definitely drawn on Izek.
I guess I'll just tell you what I'm trying to do.
Actually, tell you what, we'll say the Mastiffs start to go towards the commotion.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted, like, there's not usually, like, facing rules in combat or whatever, but I would say that his attention is mainly focused on Izek, so if you wanted to get behind him and try to do something, I'll let you do that.
That's I think what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to move here, I guess.
No, actually, you did. I mean, Vasily did just say protector. That is what he just said.
Vasily said protector.
Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna make my way. I got an idea in mind.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move there first, and my intention is I have that mother's milk.
Okay.
Could I get access to the Burgomaster's like glass or food? Would I be able to like sneak that in real quick?
He's actually still at his chair. He didn't stand up with everyone.
Okay.
So you can get behind him, but he's literally starting to stand up and looking at his food.
Maybe.
Would I be able to use like a sleight of hand check or something? Is there a way that I could sneakily try to do this?
Let's do it. Make a check. Slide a hand check.
Yeah, maybe if you succeed, you get in front of him and feign protection when you
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
poisoning his glass.
Ooh.
That's going to be a 14, unless I have any sort of bonuses.
You wouldn't, but luckily that's good enough. We'll say, yeah, you kind of step forward in between the Burgomaster's chair and his food there. And you maybe say something like, I'll protect you, sir, whatever. And actually everyone's focus is sufficiently drawn that you were able to slip that in. You just you put all of it in there? Or I suppose...
Judging from how much we needed for the chicken, I'm just gonna put like half.
Let me see, because you would know this. Let me just check something real quick. I would say that you would know how many doses are there. If I can find which chapter this is. We'll say you use one dose, and if there's more than one, I'll let you know later.
Cool.
You slip one dose in there. You have poisoned his food?
I was thinking more of his wine.
His wine? Okay, you slipped it into his wine. Okay, and we'll say that took your action.
Cool.
Yes.
And
So
so
bonus
I've
action.
moved 10 feet, 15, 25, 30, bonus action dash, 5, 10, 15,
Right around there.
20, 25, 30.
Watch out!
I'll protect you.
If you can just put yourself here, because that would be difficult terrain going through Irina. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Actually,
Sounds good.
actually, no, fuck it, because with the doorway, we'll just say you did that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And
Wherever
I'll
you
be
want to
like, and I'm basically like, if you want to get to her, you're gonna have to go around me.
You're enhanced right now, and that's the best you can do. You're just like,
I'm still
Hey,
fuck
to
off.
be fair,
To be fair.
you don't ask people to try and use a crowbar when they try and make a strength check.
Make an intimidation check with advantage
Oh,
to represent how truly charismatic you are in this moment.
cool. Intimidation's gonna be 22.
Man,
Or, sorry.
Mike is
That
Mike
is 19. Let me change that.
yeah. Mike is he's stepping up. face the party. You were surprised at how his little voice booms out. Surprisingly,
Oh my god.
Ezek's not actually going to stop.
His
But
lack of eyebrows.
it was a great effort.
Sternly.
Never had a doubt.
Okay, is that your turn?
And I'm basically like saying like, I'll give you one chance to turn around and walk away.
Okay.
And I'm also calling to the burgomaster like, tell your dog to stand down, but not your liberal dog, your guard.
I mean, he kind of already did, but yeah. Next up is going to be Vasily. Vasily is going to spring out. I think this is Vasily. He's going to go around here. He's going to awkwardly go past Irina. Maybe slipping in a little bit of handsiness as he does.
Can I use a reaction to hold my foot out to try to trip him?
No.
Does my 10 power perception?
I mean, you can
that?
make an opportunity attack as an unarmed strike. If you,
I want to try to trip him, but not in a way of like that's obvious.
There's not a way through the rules to do that.
Okay, well then that's why I asked.
He goes past and he draws his short sword that he had, and he says, "Behind me, my lady, I'll protect you." And he's gonna stay right where he is.
He's trying to out White Knight us.
Yes, he's basically gonna ready to attack Ezek if he steps into range. So that's what he does. Next up is Fenris.
What do I even have prepared?
You must protect.
I'm still concentrating on that anyways. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to... Let's see. It's getting real crowded. I'm going to... step... I don't have anywhere I can actually... This
You can go over the table. Fuck it.
Yeah, but this place is too small for me to actually shift into a large creature and fit. Right? So...
It actually is, yes.
Yes. So... I am going to... I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud.
All right.
Fill the room with fog.
Shit, alright. Where? What's the radius?
The entire room.
The entire room.
What's the radius?
60 feet.
Oh, yeah, you can fill
The entire room.
And,
How does that help?
and the outside. Cool.
Because we're not trying to fight.
Fucking everything is
but then none of us
covered
can
in
see
fog now.
It's okay. We're not trying to kill him.
Have got some markers here.
He can't see.
Which
either.
room did we enter into the dining room when we which hallway?
Came in this way. The exit is going to be
You're also no
out
longer
here.
in hand.
So what is the other one? When I've seen, can I see
20
through the
foot
door
levels.
behind Irina? Like, do I know what's out there?
Yeah, and I
radius.
want to say that that's towards. Let me not.
It's a 20-foot radius, so I put it in the center of the room and it fills the room with fog.
But it makes sense to me that is going to be like the
Yeah,
kitchen,
kitchen, maybe.
where people are bringing stuff out.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yes,
Right.
that appears. That's where you've been
That's the
seeing.
first one.
The food come out.
Basically, servants preparing food there where they bring it out. That other door is
Got it.
behind Irina is where the servants have been coming from. And if you want to get out of the building, you would exit the other way.
Got it.
I would also just like
where
to say,
Vasily came through.
stop. That's it. Just like to yell, stop.
Just
Well,
fog
that's
everywhere.
Silly did say protect her, so.
Yeah, is that how you're intending to protect her?
That's, he can't see now, can he?
Can't see. Nope.
Nobody can.
Nobody can, but he can.
Speaking of which, Lip, you're up.
I'm going to probably stagger back against the table.
And we'll say like this: the fog cloud just happened.
Yeah.
So you still know where everyone is.
Yeah.
Just officially by the rules, you have to hide. Like so, even like attack rolls.
Yeah.
Could be made at that location. Yes, it's just a disadvantage.
Not a disadvantage because it cancels out. You can't see them; they can't see you.
Yeah.
So technically, you know where everyone is. You
Okay.
can't see anything for any spells that require that. But we'll say you at least for this moment, you know basically where everyone is.
Okay.
You had a moment to survey the scene before it was filled with fog.
Yeah. I want to.
2 halves.
I'm gonna try and
It's on your
onto
shoulder.
the table. I'm gonna hop on.
For anyone listening at home, we've been throwing some red vines around, and a certain player misplaced one that was thrown at him because it was on his shoulder.
Amazing.
The perfect throw. Anyway.
Sorry, Zach.
Lip is gonna bump up against the table and fumble his way on top and try to feel his way over to the other side, get the table between him and Ezek.
Do that, no problem.
And then he's gonna curse under his breath and shoot some Eldritch Blasts across the table as blood has been drawn.
Well, do you need to see the person do Eldritch Blast?
It's a ranged spell attack.
I'll let you know. Let's see. It depends on the spell.
You probably have disadvantage with everything.
Nope.
No,
'Cause he can't
see
see
either.
either.
He's blinded. So you
Heavily obscured, you essentially can't see people.
Yep.
Can I see shapes?
Would it be basically a
Even if you
random
can't see
fire?
them,
It's
you know
an
where they're at.
attack roll.
I was just looking at it.
So here's the thing. Eldritch
know
Blast
where it
says a beam of crackling energy streaks toward a creature within range. It doesn't say you have to see them.
Oh.
So you can do that, and you don't even have disadvantage because it cancels out.
Actually, I'm wondering if most of the spells that roll attack rolls probably don't specify.
A lot of them do. I think
Yeah.
Firebolt does.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't
That's
know.
two misses. So.
You just miss, yeah.
Saving throw ones do.
At least
Yeah,
that's
but
like,
those
We'll say that the
attack
fog
rolls-
does throw you off a bit, and your beams.
Yeah.
Go
So
wide.
it's like they're like white.
Actually,
lights.
you hear one impact the wall behind, and it sounds like the other one impacts Ezek, but it doesn't seem to
Cool. I don't know
really
what the
really
fuck is
affect
going
him
on. I'm
from
cursing.
the grunting that you
Yeah.
hear.
I'm like falling backwards over the chair and
Yep.
shit.
Anything else bonus action?
No.
Cool, Boris.
Man.
I'm trying to diffuse the situation, not
Got
escalate it.
Protect Irene, bro.
Yep.
This is
the
him.
big guy.
Yes.
I have dogs next to me.
Yes. They're agitated. They're not necessarily going for Ezek. They're concerned and protecting the burgomaster.
They're of course familiar with these X.
They are familiar with Ezek,
Yeah.
but not this behavior from him necessarily.
No.
So they're slightly concerned.
Those are big ass dogs, by the way. They're massive.
Yes.
Yes.
Massive
You're-
mastiffs.
He uses
How
them.
high is the ceiling?
Technically, there's an answer in the book. We'll say 15 feet in here.
Okay.
I think there's also a,
Good, 'cause that fits me.
chandelier hanging from the ceiling. I don't know if that matters at all.
I'm gonna turn into a giant frog, which is a size medium creature,
All right.
and I'm going to
Eat him. Eat him.
leap over him. No, I'm gonna leap to. I'm gonna just get right there.
And now, so no one can make opportunity attacks right now, for the
You
record.
can't see.
'Cause
No
you
one
can't see them.
can?
No.
Yeah. Because you need
can't
to be able to
see. That's
you need
the
to see
point.
him.
You can't see. She
hold
can
on.
run away from him
Yeah.
if he gets closer.
Yeah,
That's
so you can
the
do something
idea.
else.
He can't make an opportunity.
That's
attack
the thing, yeah.
against her.
So it does do something.
But that's
Yes.
the point. He can't attack her this way. He can't see.
And because it's heavily obscured, you can also just choose to hide if you wanted. And that'll...
These two were.
I have to try and protect.
Of course you do.
Well,
He's going right for her. Nothing suspicious about that.
Do that shit all the time.
no, it's very strange.
It's very strange that you guys are trying to protect Irina.
No, that he's
Very
beelining for her.
aggressive.
That's strange, yes.
That's very strange. What is he doing? No one can see. Everybody stop.
Nobody panic. I'll take your sight away.
in that case, I'm still in. Yeah, I'm gonna.
And then it has a mechanical effect.
Maybe. Real quick, 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we just want to kill the dude, we could just kill the dude. I don't think that's the goal here,
I
right?
think the best way to protect her
No, I haven't said anything.
Yeah.
would be to cause a ruckus and attack my foe at the same time. So I am going to Thunder Wave.
Ooh.
I
Wait,
poked him full of holes.
you didn't shift into a toad.
No.
Okay.
Cancel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can limit it to just him on a thunder wave. It's gonna be loud as fuck in this room though.
Exactly, that's the point.
Mm-hmm. Makes a commotion.
So yeah, I'm gonna Thunder Wave.
Nice.
Happen to have it prepared. Alright, so Boris has decided that the best way to protect her is to make a commotion. Not that we haven't already made a commotion.
Mm-hmm.
And attack his foe at the same time, so I'm going to Thunder Wave.
Fuck yeah.
So it's a con save.
Con save. That's a natural one.
It is a 15-foot cube originating from you, and each creature.
You need to line it up. And we would say you still know where everyone is. So.
Yeah, I'm lining it up like.
And so, yeah, you can just hit him.
So,
It's the save.
What about the walls?
I'm looking at the spell now.
Yeah. It's like they're made of wood. What about the walls?
Yeah, they just fucking splinter.
Jeez.
It's a thunder wave.
unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from me by the spell's effects.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thunderous boom is audible out to 300 feet. And that's if it was outdoors. He's also pushed 10 feet away from me.
That's on a failed save.
Yeah, he failed.
He absolutely failed.
Oh yeah. What do you put? Who's on the corner there? Mike? What do you get pushing?
He's totally pushed right into Mike.
From here?
He's pushed into the wall and rolls to Mike,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, so you're not going to take any damage or anything.
Does he take any additional
just
damage
give him a
from
nice
being slammed
Put
into
from
the wall?
behind.
I would say no.
Damn.
Because it would say so. Like, telekinesis says so, for example.
Does Fog Cloud go
He's pushed.
through
And he
walls?
Yes.
Okay.
goes around walls.
Well, it goes around them.
He
Not
takes
just, like,
5
sleeping through the
thunder
walls like
damage.
ghostly
Yeah, I don't think it's
Alright.
like inside.
Yeah, y'all
the
hear an
wall.
incredibly loud boom. And there is just like chairs go flying as well. Is that you, Mike?
That's me.
That's you? Who's this?
That's Tyr.
Tyr, you're pelted with a chair. Multiple chairs.
Ow.
You don't take any damage, but it's very uncomfortable.
Okay.
And then he takes 5 damage.
I also have a blood spear.
As you-
I should have just done that. Oh, well.
You do have that.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to let you take it back, even at this point, even after he failed the save. But it's up to you.
That was pretty good. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, let's stick with that.
And draw my blood spear.
Yeah, and then you just hear a boom as he fucking impacts the wall. But you continue to hear him like growling. And
I'll also take 2 steps with my blood spear drawn.
on him. All right.
I'll be out of the way so that dogs can get in. Now that the chairs are gone.
It would be really great if I didn't stop losing my initiative things.
So,
Isn't it on the thing in front of your face?
yeah.
Which one?
Wait, is,
Not this. My other thing.
wait, is Arena up there?
Oh yeah, Farden, it's your turn now as well.
Okay, so I remember that Irina is in front of me and there's a door behind her, and the food's been coming from there. So I get close to Irina, bend down and say, "It's me. We have to we have to leave." And so I kind of like gently try to like guide her to leave through the door behind.
Her turn is actually right after yours, so we'll say if you want to just lead her out somewhere, you can use your movement.
Can I pick her up? And would she resist?
I'll
I
say-
can lift a lot of weight.
Use the designated female grab area.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say that's your action.
Why?
You can pick her
Okay.
up, and then
Would I get? I mean, I can lift
this
a lot.
we'll say you get your normal movement
Okay.
because we'll just put yours and her turn and you pick her up and you carry her out at full
Okay.
speed.
Okay. Yeah. So I pick her up. And
You go into the kitchen.
I go into the kitchen, and can I see anything yet?
It's only 20. It's only 20. I cast it at first level.
So
20.
20 from the
Okay.
middle.
20 from the middle.
Yeah, it fills the area. It leaks around corners.
So it actually does basically fill that.
Cover for the room
So
and
if I
basically
stop-
lift
So it actually does reach right there. So yeah. So once you get in there, you'll see preparation area. There's shop servants
Is there
starting
another
to
door?
run.
To another exit?
Probably. Let's find out.
Well, open the map.
I'm gonna just say yes. And
I would imagine
and
like
you can
kitchens
get
have two
out.
entrances and exits.
Uh-huh.
They gotta be a fire code, you know?
Yes. Because the
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah. So actually, you can just go right through there,
Okay.
and then you would be going through another room.
Yeah, how far can I get, basically?
30 feet, 10, 20. You can get to the back door of this mansion.
Okay,
And it's not hard to find.
cool.
And you're basically on the way exiting the kitchen itself.
Okay, so I go with my full movement, carrying it like, just like
You
barreling
can
through.
you can take her off the board, take yourselves off the board if you want.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
set her down basically to, if like I found the back door or something like that.
Yeah.
I set her down right next to it and I say, I think you should,
You
Should-
should definitely
should I
take
stay
her
with
to
her?
church.
Yeah, I'll probably just stay with her. I was gonna say I was gonna ask her to run, but no, I should probably stay with her because there might be others out.
Yeah.
So I just, I guess I set her down, saying that we'll go together because I know that she's capable.
Yeah.
But I just want to get her out of there, and then I kind of make a defensive stance in front of her, like, all right, like, the back, like, there's the back door, and she's like facing it, and I'm like facing outside, like waiting. Cool. And I draw my greatsword.
Yeah, and you all would hear this, so I want to make sure you know this, especially Fenris.
Yes, you still not dropping it.
Yeah, but you can end it at any time, and you do hear them leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get out there, Irina, she's a little flustered, and she's like, what was he doing? I don't understand.
I don't know, but I don't have a good feeling about him and his arm, or him disobeying his master's orders.
Yeah. Cool. Next in the list. So yeah, we'll see what that was. Her turn as well. It's Ezek's turn. Ezek can't see, but he heard you guys leaving. He's gonna try and go forward. He's gonna run into this. Oh, that's Vasily. All right, he's gonna attack Vasily.
Vasily had a held action to attack him.
You said he drew his sword.
He drew his sword and was waiting for him to approach to attack him.
Yeah, and technically, I mean, yeah, and he knows it was him, so yeah. You guys would hear Vasily strike at him, and he hits with his sword. Great. Short sword, I said?
Keep in
This is
mind,
happening
if we
right
drop
next
the
to me.
fog cloud, we would both get opportunity attacks.
We'll see. He's not out of this room yet. He's firmly held, surrounded.
Yeah, and you all hear someone yell, "Be gone, foul beast!" And they just shrink as something sinks in.
We hear a grunt.
Yes, and then Ezek retaliates twice.
Ooh. Oh, he's doing our work for us.
Yeah. This is a DM battle.
I know it is.
In the fog.
I mean, you could be attacking them. You could
We're
be
like all
attacking
have
them.
disadvantage on their attack. So he has to roll twice.
I hope no one's getting hurt in there.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
that's right.
that was
Yes,
2 attacks.
Yes.
No disadvantage.
Yes, right.
Sounds violent.
It does.
Start poking his legs full of holes next.
Okay, yeah,
we just-
and so yeah, obviously you guys don't see
Stop him.
you don't see the result, but you can hear it. It's very obvious. Ezek is swinging his great axe. Sounds like one of them connects. You hear one, like his first blow, just like lodge into one of the chairs that was blown toward him. You then hear that chair slam against the wall as he rears his axe back for a second swing, and then you just hear like an impact as he.
Is that wet?
I don't know.
An impact.
But it, it appears
With
that
an axe,
he's
it's gotta be wet.
I mean, he was wearing armor, so we'll say you mainly hear the sound of metal hitting leather, like armor. It's very possible that it went through, but it's hard to tell. That's actually all that he can do. That's going to bring us to the Burgomaster, and the Burgomaster's going to say, "Secure him! He's gone native." And yeah, you gotta actually hear the Burgomaster fucking leave, and his dogs follow him. So he's
out.
He's out of here. He's going for the front door. That brings us to the top of the round here.
Did anyone hear the thunder wave?
Yes,
Are there
absolutely.
any guards coming
Yeah.
to the top?
It's only been 6 seconds.
And actually at the top of the second round, that's when I would say there would be some guards that would
There were guards outside, right?
outside. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll say top of the second round they come in. Really, only one person can get on him, so we'll say that one person hits Ezek,
He's surrounded now?
but not actually. Yeah, you hear.
Dropping the fog cloud.
Cool. Yeah, you hear someone.
He can't move.
Yeah, you hear someone clanking in, and there is a.
He can't move now.
We can fog cloud. We can see.
Yep.
And you see that this guard has just swung his sword at Ezek, and it just lodged in Ezek's leather armor. And then you drop the fog cloud,
Mm-hmm.
and this guard just looks up.
Oh, shit.
And that brings us to Tyr. So no more fog cloud?
Mhm.
Okay, no more fog cloud. Everyone can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Three
about.
left.
And he's still like, "Ugh."
I'm gonna go about
Feral look in his eyes.
making his kneecaps less functional.
And he's
with
not
my
even
sword.
looking at anyone, like even when they attack
Looking
him.
at the door?
He's looking through, yeah.
Does
As if compelled.
Or is
19
it
hit?
Really? Yes, it does.
Really?
Frisbee really wants to get to her for some reason.
Alright.
It's going to hit.
And 12 damage.
Alright, that'll be pretty good.
And a second poke.
Second poke.
Nice. Wait, I'm a champion. 19 crits.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Neato. Yeah.
Yeah, especially now that the fog cloud has been lifted, you find that perfect spot. What are you wielding?
Oh, rapier.
Yeah, you actually sink your rapier into the gash in his armor that guard just opened as he retracted the sword. So you get a solid pierce on this one.
That's just great news. So, let's see. That's going to be an 11 plus 6. That's going to be 17 damage total.
And with that, he looks pretty fucked up. He looks a little bloody.
I mean, he's alone.
Yeah, he is.
He's gonna get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
He's fighting. He's just gonna die.
Yeah,
Like, he's alone.
Let's just keep on keeping on. See who gets it. Mike, it's your turn unless you want to do something. I'm sorry, Tyr.
No, 2 attacks is good.
Cool, Mike.
I'll say, lay down your arms, Ezek. This fight is over.
You no longer have enhanced ability, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, you did change that. Are you trying to use your action to persuade him, or are you just saying that as you attack him?
Come on, gamble. Gamble it.
He seems very determined, so that's up to you.
This is the time where you roll nat 20.
I'm gonna try to persuade him.
Okay.
Okay, you stand there, you try and persuade him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you completely fail.
Okay.
He is single-minded in his
Fair
determination.
enough.
And I'm very sorry, but that does take your action.
That's alright.
Good try. You basically rolled a check there, but you had no chances.
You're the heart of our team.
Sorry. But,
I respect that.
yes.
I wanted to attack, but something was telling me not to.
I respect that.
How fucked up does this?
No, I'm happy with that decision.
Cool.
How
Sorry.
fucked up does this?
Oh yeah, after getting hit.
No,
oh yeah,
actually,
now that you
D&D
drop
combat,
it,
but
you can
karma
see
real life.
that there is
Did not murder.
there's a gash in Vasily's. Oh no, was he wearing armor?
And
or no?
No, you said
He
no.
was not.
No, he wasn't. You don't see obvious damage on him, but you can see that he's kind of
It did
like,
widen that one hole.
Yeah, you can see Vasily's kind of shrinking under the blow.
Mhm.
Just because like HP isn't necessarily
Yeah,
wounds,
it's
but
abstract.
it looks like either he got like impacted and it hit him really hard but didn't draw blood, or maybe because what did you guys hear? You heard
a thud
you just heard
of
thud.
an impact.
Yeah, so either it hit him, but not in a way that would penetrate him, like maybe the swing was off and it just impacted him with blunt force. But he's like, Vasily is looking like a little outmatched. He's looking like he's withering a little bit against this onslaught.
Well, we know.
Before I end my turn, I'm gonna turn to Vasily and say, "My lord."
Thank you.
I'm gonna say, "My lord, get to safety. We'll handle this."
Absolutely. Cool. Is that your turn?
Bonus action. Hide. I can't do that.
The fog
Disengage, maybe.
You can bonus action disengage. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stand there. So
You're gonna stay there. Okay. Yeah, and actually, right after you is Vasily, and Vasily says, and especially with Ezek bearing down on him, he's already taken a hit from him. He's like, "You're right. I shall secure the lady," and he disengages and dips, and you see he's like with you guys now, and he's
I would still be very much in front of Irina, blocking him from even getting close to her.
Yeah.
So I was going to attack him, but like...
Yeah, and he even if he wanted to get past you, he doesn't have the movement speed to do it. So, yeah, he uses action to disengage, so he's with you guys now. He's looking like he's worried about Irina.
Also, I don't think I'd drawn any weapon at this point, but I would have my my short sword in one hand.
Cool. All right.
Left hand.
Good to know. Fenris.
I'm following him out the door.
You're following Vasily?
Yes.
And where are you?
I am right here.
Okay, cool. So you can just do that.
No, slip. Sorry, you're the other
I'm
one.
the
You're
one
with
next
staff.
to him. Yeah.
Like all the way up.
And the wife dipped as well, so she's out of here.
I'm going to cast a 3rd level healing word on Vasily.
Okay. That's your bonus action. You would still have an action.
6. Heals 8.
8?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah, he sort of
Can I
straightens
produce
up.
flame on the way by? Just
Yes.
produce flame at what's his name?
Yep.
15.
That hits.
Okay. Which is 2d8. Did I not get an 8? I did not pull out a
2d8.
I did not think I was going to be produce flaming anything. 11.
11 damage.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
He's visibly bleeding at this point. He has wounds all over from your attacks. Still seems determined. And Vasily stands up a bit straighter after you heal him. He says, thank you.
My lord, be healed!
Yeah. It's very good.
He actually says it in a stupid accent.
Noted. It has been recorded for the record. It's canon.
Mm.
Anyway. That's going to take us to Lip.
I'm going to run over to this corner. Looks like everyone's all crowded around him, so I'm just going to raise my hands and cast Sacred Flame on him.
Sacred Flame. Dex save?
Yeah.
Natural 6. He fails.
That's a fail.
He's...
So
I don't think he's actually resisted anything or
Nope, he's just getting the shit kicked out.
every attack. Yeah, this is
He's just getting the shit kicked out.
That's going to be 7 radiant damage.
all right. Yeah, that'll
Do
do
you
it.
get to add? You get to add your thing?
Radiant Soul.
And what spell is that again? I'm sorry.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Yeah, you just see this materialize, and he's not expecting it at all. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's looking forward, and he's like, "Whoop," and just sears into his back.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm not even trying to convince him or anything. I'm just
Yep.
staring him down.
Yep. No, you guys are whooping this guy's ass. And we'll say that takes us to Boris and Farden. And at this point, this is really just to see if you can take him down this turn or if he just gets another.
Boris, go.
I am also following Vasily out the door.
You're following Vasily? Okay. Do you
Yeah.
do anything with your action, bonus action? Well, you're a frog.
No, I'm not.
No.
No? Okay.
No. He thunderwaved.
Oh, you thunderwaved.
He's got his spear.
Okay.
Man.
So you're following with your movement. You can get to where everyone else is. You still have your action and bonus action. Or you can just attack Izek on the way out.
I'll probably just attack Izek on the way out.
What are you using?
My spear.
Okay. You
Right.
might... Yeah, so you can roll... I mean, of course, if you do that, you'll probably take an opportunity attack from him.
If he wants to.
He hasn't even drawn his axe.
No, you did on
Yeah,
on
did he?
Vasily.
Yeah, he's chopping
did
up
on
Vasily.
Vasily. Still the
10
doll
hit.
That's actually not going to hit.
I know.
Okay, so that would put you there. Are you then just going to continue out the door?
Yep.
He will take a swing at you, especially because you placed yourself in his way and then
Sure.
started following. That's a natural 2, so he does not hit.
It's great.
As an irrelevant
I don't feel like
hypothetical
flavoring.
question,
I don't
did
feel
he
like
drop the
describing.
doll or did he pocket it when he drew his axe?
He pocketed it.
Okay.
For sure. He did not have
I
a
was curious.
he did not have it in his hands when
Yep.
the fog dropped.
On my turn, can I just like I said, go with Irina and do a full dash to be like, we need to take you back to the church. I say that to her and just like usher like boom, full dash. We're running.
Absolutely, yeah. And so you would
Out
do
of
that.
trying to run out of the compound, out of the wherever if there's gates.
You are out of the combat at this point. It would take him multiple turns to get to you.
And I'm just with her, just rushing like we're going.
Yeah. So
And follow along.
yep. Speaking of turns, it's Izek's turn because you guys didn't attack. He really doesn't care about you guys, so he's just going to run. He's going to take opportunity attacks from anyone that wants.
I will.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Cool. So that's and
Oh jeez.
that might actually hit.
It'd be a 15 for me.
Yeah, it's going to hit.
Vasily goes
It's going to hit. The guard hits. Was there someone else?
I'm adding on my sneak attack to that.
No, he hasn't yet.
Because
Yeah,
he was.
He hasn't
absolutely.
come to his
Absolutely.
turn in the initiative order yet. So we'll see.
Is Vasily following to the church?
It's not a turn.
14.
Are we waiting for his turn? Is he doing that? on
14
his turn?
piercing.
Did I
for
skip his
me.
turn or did he have his
No,
turn?
his turn.
He had his turn, but his turn's at the beginning. It's fine. We just haven't gotten to it.
His turn's before you, Fenris.
Yeah, we just
So you
haven't
went-
gotten back to it yet.
Yeah,
It's fine.
don't
Keep
worry,
going.
it's fine.
That's okay. It's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
What's your damage?
14 piercing.
14.
And
Yes.
6 bludgeoning for me. Smack.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage? Sorry.
14.
Because you're at the end of the order.
That was rolling pretty low on my sneak attack.
I think I go before Barden and Forest.
You can see it here. Icon.
He's extremely fucked up. But he's still...
Because we do have to ask, are we going to kill this man?
He's...
Nobody said anything.
I'm not going to try.
This man is leaving a trail of
I said
blood
disabled.
as he's running at this point. He's going to continue running
Obviously,
out. So who's this?
Come over him.
That's Fenris. He already.
I was
Yeah.
yeah, I'm-
Fenris
I'm-
and I are out
Sorry,
like, in the
So-
kitchen/exit area.
Okay.
So if he's trying to exit, he's passing both of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what forms are you guys in right now?
Both in human. Both
Okay.
in
Is
spirit.
one of you specifically blocking the door?
I'm right behind him, so
Right
don't know
behind?
because we don't have context for what's outside. We don't see what's outside.
It's,
got
I mean,
that
it's just
first?
a door and it's
Sure.
out.
yeah. I'll
Basically,
be
he's
in the way
gonna
of the
he's gonna
door.
attack one of you because
There.
you're in his way.
I'll be in the way of the door.
He's gonna strike at you.
But you want to die, so you should be in the way of the door.
It's okay. He rolls a natural 1 on
Don't
his
have
one.
a turn yet.
God,
No,
It's
Isaac,
like-
like
you
it
break
would be
your
glorious
shell.
if you just.
Just
Isaac-
one shot by
like-
Isaac at right.
Isaac
before
has
he goes
been
down.
not very impressive in this fight compared to his introduction.
It's 6v1.
First,
Come on.
but
Like,
also
he
just
doesn't
his
have the
rolls.
opportunity.
His rolls
to
are
be.
terrible. He rolled a natural 1. He could have crit somewhere here
Could have.
and done something.
He did crit. His crit failed.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a number, Boris, and you tell me if that's a hit or not.
Prepared
19 to hit.
Yes.
Ooh, that one actually gets you. Okay.
That is your AC. Isn't
He
it?
is finally going to do some damage. And this is a full-on two-handed slap with the axe. It's coming in hot.
Flat side.
Yeah, like
Yes.
slapped in the face.
Yep.
Just imagine how unaerodynamic it would be to.
It's going to be
swing
13,
in
13
that.
slashing damage.
Okay.
It's more the weight balance than the actual
Yeah.
like dynamics.
I feel like maybe he lodges his axe into your
You can't
shell
swing it
and
fast
it
enough.
saves you, but it's not pleasant. I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know. Well, it's not necessarily
It's not.
representative of cutting into me, so maybe he
It,
just...
it hits your shell and bonks off, but you know it's the kind of hit that your shell wouldn't be able to take.
I'm
Maybe.
kind of rattled.
Yeah, yeah. You're like it's like, boom, and then you're just like boom, in your shell right now. But yeah, you're blocking the door, so he can't do anything.
Shell games, man.
Cool. So Burgomaster has run away. Top of the round, the guard's going to follow and attack.
He's going after Isaac.
crit?
He rolled a natural 20.
No
oh
way.
my
Who's
god.
looking
Look,
at the guard?
look. The guard is
He's
going to
looking at the
kill.
guard. It's a killing
It's
blow.
going to knock out Isaac. Wow.
20.
90.
Beautiful.
Isaac had 5 health, so
Beautiful. Was the guard kill or does he knock him out?
he doesn't kill him. You see this guard, and this guard is going to need to have a name.
No.
Because of this.
This
Give
is
this
the
motherfucker
moment
Jacques
that he was
Yeah,
born.
he fucking So you see Isaac, he's charging you guys. He's about to break through and like get out of the building, and then who's gonna fucking stop him? Then he can't get in his way. He's gonna go right after Irina.
Running down.
This fucking guard
It's fine.
charges, takes his sword. You see this guard flip his short sword into like a backhand gangsta slash motion, and he fucking slices Isaac's calf, and Isaac just goes to one knee and then just reaching his large hand out towards where he knew Irina and them were. Maybe he sees
Towards
us.
me, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but past you, and then he just
1,000-mile stare kind of thing.
boom, and his axe hits the ground. Boom, boom,
Crash, clatter.
The clatter.
and he's out. He's been knocked unconscious.
Nice.
We're gonna take a break.
Hamstringed and knocked
Take
unconscious.
a quick break. I'm ready to start. And so we return. Isaac has been dramatically taken down by the single guard that came in. And I only had a single guard come in because there was only one person that could get onto him. But that guard, natural 20, took him down. And so, you guys, most of you are outside. Fardin, you're with Irina.
I'm
Vasily's,
still running towards this.
yeah,
church.
you're out. Vasily's not far behind. It seems like you're getting to a pretty safe place, so Vasily might slow up a little bit to try and talk to you guys, but that's up to you.
I think we should just go straight to the church.
Cool.
I
So you
tell Irina let's go to the church. I don't know how far it is. feel like we shouldn't be too long to get there if we're running.
Okay. Yeah, and so Vasily, like, if you just keep running, like, Vasily looked like he was going to say something to you, but
the
you
druid
just keep
bros
going.
are-
He's like,
I don't care about him.
yeah.
Yeah.
He says, take care of her.
The druids are close to toe.
Yeah, we're
And-
following.
Yeah, and so you see Vasily slowing.
I basically just say, like, it's like, she's safe with me, and I just keep going.
Okay, so you keep going. Officially, who would be right behind?
It would be.
You would be.
I would be very interested
I would be
in making sure that
fine.
Vasily's
Would be the only
okay.
difference, right? It's like
Okay.
we're right next to each other.
So you guys would be coming out past. Vasily will hear you coming. He's going to turn around. He's just going to look at you all, or everyone that's approaching, which I think is maybe everyone besides you, Fardin. Are you coming here?
Sorry, what?
What are you doing after the combat ends?
I
Fardin
will
is
run out to join the rest of the party.
Just running. Okay. And Vasily looks at everyone that's approaching and he says, "Wait." What do you guys do?
I wait.
You and I are technically ahead of Vasily.
Yes.
I'm actually going to ask.
You were ahead of him?
Yeah, we got out of the building before Vasily did.
Okay, then. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he followed Fardin.
Or at
Because
least.
you guys were blocking the door.
No. Vasily's,
Yeah, no, Vasily was
He, like,
ahead of you.
Vasily's initiative was before us.
Vasily
he got
was-
outside and then
Vasily
I
was
walked
right
outside.
behind
Yeah.
Fardin and Irina.
I got out and healing worded him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was ahead of us.
Yeah,
His
he's
initiative
ahead.
was ahead of us in the order.
Yeah. So he says, "Wait." Do you guys slow up?
I
To,
slow up and
Yeah.
I'm
talk
like,
to him?
Vasily, are you injured?
He says, "No, I took a hit, but Fenris took care of me. Thank you, Fenris."
Oh, thank the gods you weren't
No
wounded.
problem.
What
And-
came over him? What was that?
Yeah. And Tyr, you're kind of surveying all this. Go ahead and make an insight check. Tyr. Insight check.
Oof. 17.
17. Okay. Yeah, you see your party talking to Vasily. You see Fardin continuing to escort Irina to the church. You're kind of torn on which one to do, but you get just kind of a strange sense of this interaction that's happening. So you might want to decide to stay with the group.
Yeah, I'll stay.
I'm sorry. I remembered I have detect magic active.
You have Detect Magic active?
Do I see anything while we're running?
Are you looking at anyone in particular?
No. I'm just is anything blip as we're going through Valaki.
Did the doll blip at all?
Well, Vasily's going to kind of stop outside.
Does he blip at all?
No.
Okay.
He does not register.
Gotcha.
Has any spells on him. He doesn't appear to have any magic items. Just as he just
It was
sees
just
sword.
as an aside. I still have that going. So if there's anything out here,
Okay, you do have that going.
Yep.
Yeah, Vasily says, "God, what happened there?"
He appeared to have some doll that looks like Irina.
The image was striking.
hoping.
I was hoping you would know more.
He says, "I'll be honest. Obviously there's something wrong in this town. You agree?"
Obviously.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I mean, you would know best.
Have to be a fool not to see it.
it's all sorts of unrest. But at this point, seeing that, I'm not even sure, if there's a side to choose. I'm going to say this, and you guys maybe do the same. Whatever's happening here, I don't know if there's a right choice. So if anything happens, just don't interfere. Just keep yourself safe. Okay?
Absolutely.
Even if there's another 300-pound mountain of muscle charging murderously towards someone, just keep to ourselves.
Well, you all did a good job protecting her, and thank you for that. I've known Irina for a long time, but
Okay.
seems like she was safe.
This
Just
I'm
keep her
sure he
keep
has.
her away. Yeah, just keep her away from that monster.
Can do.
He looks up and he says, "It's getting late. Now dark
Mm-hmm.
outside. It's quite dark."
Very late.
He says, "Yeah, the festival is early. We should all rest.
Yes, we should turn in.
I'll be headed to my quarters that I have here in town."
You sure you don't want one of us to come with you? Make sure nothing out of the ordinary happens.
I can make sure you're protected.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that, Michael. I think I'll make it back. Okay.
should someone alert the burgomaster that Izzy needs medical attention.
The guard will know.
I don't want to have any part of that. We'll let the burgomaster handle his.
Sort out his issues. Yes.
And at this point, Vasily's he's gonna go. He says, the night's getting late. We don't have much time to rest. I'll see you all right before dawn. And he just gives just a faint smile before he turns and goes to leave. And you guys see that he's heading.
I wave to him.
Yep. And you see him just walking north as he leaves.
Once he's like a little out of earshot, I'm gonna tell Rowan I'm gonna go make sure he's protected, and I'm gonna turn into a cat and like catch up to him and like kind of sneak in the shadows. And
Cat.
You're gonna sneak to follow. Go and make a stealth check.
I'm gonna look around and say, this silly character, are you certain that he's not evil? He seems most upstanding to me.
Okay, so you're following along. You watch where he goes. He does. He goes to the north side of town, but he appears to go to just a random home and just go in.
Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on it for a little bit. Make sure he's safe.
Okay. Yeah, no one comes out or anything. You see, maybe like some candlelight get turned on, even though it's a strange word to use for a candle. Lit. You see a candle being lit, and so there's some light coming from the inside of the house.
Okay.
And I just like to say the lip.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to rethink it a little bit too. He seems like he really cares about Irina.
Yeah. And after those two leave, it's around that time that you say, you hear, hold, and you see the Burgmaster coming out of the mansion.
Turn.
And he sees you, and you. He says, thank you. I don't know what happened. And he catches himself and then puts a big smile on his face. And he says, but don't worry, all will be well. There's just the slight matter of the fact that he's the captain of my guard. I don't think he's going to be able to perform his duties anytime soon. I'm going to have some words for him because this is very out of.
What was that?
He's like, I don't know. I haven't seen it before.
My demeanor right now is just like straight up icy.
Just icy on him?
Like, that was not cool.
Which part was not cool?
The fact that
just everything.
Yeah, like I thought you had him under control.
Gotcha.
What just happened was
unacceptable.
Essentially unacceptable
For the captain of your guard, absolutely. I think that speaks volumes about the danger your whole city could be in.
You're absolutely right. The power of this darkness is great, which is why we must be even more vigilant to uphold the light. Besides just keeping an eye out, I would ask one of you, just take responsibility during the festival and just keep an eye out. And if anything happens, intervene. Who knows what sort of dark plans are afoot?
What are your plans for Izak?
I'll be honest, that's something that I'm going to handle after the festival.
Do you intend to imprison him until then? Will he be kept under watch?
He will.
Can you ensure that he doesn't act out again?
He will be restrained until he can be re-educated.
Well, I would be most eager to hear what he has to say for himself.
Indeed. Is there any chance we could speak with him once he awakens? Maybe tomorrow, during or after the festival?
Maybe after. There's little time now. Please, you all
need to sleep.
Yes, you all need to rest. It's about 9 o'clock right now.
We gotta go.
9, 10.
Yeah, we gotta go. Or we're not getting a rest.
Thank you for the meal.
Yeah,
we're not getting a long rest if we don't go.
And he says, "Can I rely on any of you to intervene if anything happens?"
You have my word.
We'll keep an eye out.
You wouldn't volunteer for this. You wouldn't volunteer. You wouldn't volunteer. You wouldn't volunteer. Tyr, what do you respond to this?
I'll volunteer.
Thank you. You've always been one that we can count on here. I thank you, Tyr.
Yeah, Salaki has always been kind to me.
Yes. Hopefully we'll have some wolves for you to strike down.
I mean, wouldn't be me without wolves.
I did say we'll keep an eye out. That was my phrase.
You said
We'll keep an eye out.
Awesome. Cool. Yes, I don't think you guys are going to get a chance to talk to Isa tonight. Do you?
No.
Well, where do you guys want to go? Where do you guys want to rest?
Didn't we already have a room?
You got
At Blue Water Inn.
You got rooms at the inn?
Yeah.
I thought we
That's-
already got
I think
like
that's-
2 or
that-
3 rooms at
that's-
the inn already.
Yeah. That is what you did, actually. And what's going to happen is you guys are going to the Blue Water Inn, and along the way...
I'm still not with them, by the way.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
at
with
the
them.
church.
Along the way, you
I am separated from the party.
along the way, you get stopped by someone. You don't really recognize them at first until you realize that this is the guard that greeted you when you first entered Velaki. I don't remember his name.
That was wild.
Wait.
That was a while ago.
What is? Oh yeah, do you have his
Began
name?
with an A, I
Wait.
think. I think it began with an A.
I'm probably gonna assume that our group can take care of themselves, and I'm gonna camp out on a rooftop that has like a decent view of Vasily.
That's-
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like shelving up there, literally.
I mean, are you resting tonight, or what are you?
Yeah, I'm resting.
Okay.
I'm basically like, say his building is here. I'm gonna do like building across the street, just like on the roof.
You're just watching.
Come
to make
out
sure-
of a cat and then go into my shell and just kind of like, if something wakes me up, it wakes me up.
You're just keeping an eye out, making sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, neither of us have it,
No,
so we can
I
write.
write
We
it
can
down.
make one and write it down right now.
I wrote down a bunch of the information he gave us.
I want to say like Alexander or something.
Do something like that.
Alexander, yeah.
What?
I want to say it was Alexander.
There were two
Alexander?
guards, I remember, but
The guard that we
Oh,
first
yeah.
met.
Yeah, you know
I
him
think
further.
he-
Yeah, no.
He like let you guys in the city the first time.
yeah.
He was just a one-off character until now.
Was that the guard that took him down?
No.
Oh, different guy.
This is a different one. And he says, "Hail," and he obviously recognizes most of you. He says, "What do they call you these days? For the Dawn Cox?"
You
The
heard
Dawn
right,
Fox.
friend.
That was real.
That's what they call us.
All right. And he kind of had a smile on his face, like he's happy to see you guys, but he gets, that kind of fades a little bit. And he says, "I wanted to talk to you all. There have been whispers among the guards. We've seen nothing in particular, but just strange things around in the town, and we wanted to check in with you to see if there's anything that we as guards can do. Not only is there unrest, and he escorts you over to somewhere like out of the way, like not in shadow, but like not in the main
Off the
road.
side road.
Yes,
Yeah.
just because this is something no one would be caught dead saying out loud. And keeping in mind that he doesn't know what just happened, but he does say, these festivals they're getting more and more ridiculous. The punishments are getting even more severe for people that speak out against the burgomaster. His, our captain. He can't be trusted. He's an animal, and who knows what's going to happen here. So I wanted to ask you all, or I wanted to tell you all that you have some friends in the guards. Some, whatever you want to do, whatever you think is best. In this town, you guys have done some amazing things. You brought back the wine. Never seen anyone stand up to the burgomaster like you've done. You're definitely a bunch of interesting characters here, and I wanted to let you know that you have allies.
What are some of the troubling things you've seen in the town?
What's been going on in our absence? Yes.
It seems like the burgomaster's been cracking down in the last couple of days on, unhappiness.
Since the previous festival.
Yes. And the really concerning thing is that we haven't heard anything strange from the north side of town. As if they stopped.
That could be bad.
Could be. That's why I wanted to come to you. Just Just keep an eye out. You'll see me at the festival tomorrow. And then he speaks up and he's like, bright and early, right? I'll see you all then.
Yes, we should be
Puts
going.
on a big smile. Plasters it on. Let's walk away.
Keep up the good work.
Does anyone have a really bad feeling about this ceremony tomorrow?
Yes.
Is there anything anyone can do about that, or are we just crashing on through?
I think we just gotta
Don't get on.
mull this over while we sleep, and hopefully, come the dawn, we'll have our answers.
By the sound of it, no matter what happens, I'll have a ball of fire at the ready.
I too can contribute several balls of fire if need be. I'm not convinced that will be enough to satisfy this burgomaster. He seems like he's going for increasingly extravagant ceremonies. Does not seem sane of mind.
No, I didn't think so to begin with.
Seems that disloyalty is quite common amongst his people. Doubt even.
Disloyalty and fear. They're all scared of him. That's the only reason they listen to him.
Okay, are you guys going to the inn? And you can say you meet up with him.
No, I'm going to stay at the church with
You're
everyone.
going to stay there.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going to go there and be like, okay, we're going to sleep here. I'm going to stand watch.
Okay.
Or I'm going to, like, basically sleep close to her.
Okay.
So if something happens.
Yeah.
I show up at the church later. I go to the church.
You go to the church?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick together, I think.
Nope.
If you want,
Party.
you have your own agency. You know, the group. I don't know.
What thinks we should stick together?
Yeah.
What I will say is anyone that enters the Blue Water Inn at all sees that Rictavio is in a booth. And he looks up and he says, "Ah, the Dawncocks. Come, let me buy you a drink." Little wink.
Alright.
What do you guys think? Come on up. Yep. Have you met
I'll be there
Rictavio?
I
too.
don't think so.
You have not met Rictavio. So.
I'll be with him.
Oh, no, there.
Okay, you all come up. He's just like, "Who are you?"
Name's Lippincott, and you?
Rictavio.
I look at Rick Top and I'm like, he's cool.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's a pleasure, but I'll wait until drinks are in order.
Go and just make a quick persuasion check just for the sake of it. Yeah. Just to see how well you come off.
This is when you roll.
Very suspicious man.
15 having good persuasion.
15?
15 plus?
Yeah, 15 plus.
Yeah,
Like,
that's cool.
6.
And let me go ahead and
Plus
show you
7,
this.
yeah. So 22.
You've not seen this. He looks something like this.
Okay.
Can I
He's,
see it again?
Yeah, he's got a cane and just a sort
Oh,
of.
nice.
Nice.
I don't know if you ever showed us that.
Oh yeah, just a nice leather jacket. He's got a cane in front of him.
That looks
So I totally forgot how he looked.
Actually, no. I was thinking about it. Is that a sword cane? Can I roll an investigation check?
I don't know how you would.
I have no
So,
idea how I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
say
say
that,
pass the sword
considering
cane.
I'm not even there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about the first time? I
That
saw
would be an issue. No, I don't know how you would tell.
No, there's not. Yeah, you can't tell. It's nearly seamless.
And he says, what brings you back to this fair city?" And he looks at Tyr, let's say.
Dinner.
Oh.
Did you say anything about some of us not being there?
I think he kind of takes it in stride.
I grunt out.
Well, he'll say, "Are all of you well?"
Well, in response to his initial question of, like, you know, what brings us back, I'll just grunt and say, festival.
Does anyone consider going
Always a
after
pleasure.
Boris?
What?
You took off as a cat.
Yeah,
made
you took
stealth
off
check.
as a cat.
Horse
to-
is gone. It's not-
Yeah,
We don't
you
know.
vanished. We're like, okay, he's going off.
We know you're wise.
Yeah, you can handle
I
yourself.
No, Arden
We're
trust
in the
Boris
city. We're not super dangerous.
1000% in every act.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm super wise.
It's like, no, he's going to follow him. Okay.
Yeah.
He's done this before. It's not the first time he's done this.
True.
It's like, no, it's what he does. Okay.
I don't question Boris'
No,
actions. They're
no.
clearly wiser than mine.
I don't really trust Barovia as a safe place for cats, though.
He's not a cat.
He took the form of a cat.
To answer his question, We're all doing all right. I'm kind of looking around the tavern to see who's in there, how private our conversation is right now.
Okay. Right now, you would see it's pretty sparse. People are kind of resting before the festival. Attendance is fairly mandatory, one
Yeah.
could say. It's pretty sparse. You do see just a couple villagers that you don't recognize.
Okay.
They're on the other side of the tavern.
Well, without revealing too much, I'll just say, I'll have you know we just had quite an interesting dinner up at the Burgomaster's mansion.
Yes, I'm sure. I don't know where that
And
came from, but that's how he said it. He's working on his
I'm
accent.
sure you'd be quite interested in the details of that dinner, but perhaps maybe this isn't the best place to talk of it.
Yes, perhaps. Well, I wanted to give a quick word to you all. I wanted to let you know I don't need to be in this town, and don't think that this is the safest place to be anymore. So, I'll be taking my wagon, going off to the tower.
So
make
be
sure
it.
you knew where to find me.
Yes, thank you for passing along the information of the tower. It has been useful.
You don't have to.
I trust you. I trust you got in the tower. Okay.
I just kind of like
Be sure
lick
to
my finger and like
inside.
do this where my eyebrow would be. Just fine. Just fine.
Are you lying? You can go ahead and
Well,
make an insight or
Being
deception check.
sarcastic.
Just obviously
Yeah,
sarcastic.
you did
Oh
this.
yes. Oh yeah.
Sarcastic.
Your
You did
hair
this
is below
And went,
Yeah.
there is no eyebrow here.
Yes.
He highlighted
forgot.
it. Yeah.
That's probably why he said it. Actually, he was looking at you.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're all in one piece.
Yeah.
Let's hope we can
What?
keep it that way.
Man, can I ask you, why the chicken?
And for the maybe the first time, he looks truly flabbergasted. The mask slips. He's like, chicken?
You know, at the tower,
I didn't have any chickens at the tower.
the cart.
I didn't have a card at the tower.
Is there anyone else that
Is
knows about the tower?
He just looks very confused. Very confused.
Like actually confused or like feigning confusion?
Legitimately confused.
Okay,
Says, are you sure the tower is okay?
the tower's fine.
I just want to go ahead and make an insight check. Everyone's here.
Sorry, guys. Let me just
3.
Okay.
like, no, I'm gonna go protect Irina. I was commanded to protect Irina. You still haven't taken this note from me.
What?
Nothing?
18.
Insight.
15.
To protect Irina?
Got any more pencils?
When he said hold, I was like,
Not in my bag.
The sharpening kind. Wait, just since I have one here. Maybe.
What were the results again?
3.
15.
15?
Dear.
18.
18? Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute. And he's just going to say, I think it's about time for all of us to get some rest. Hopefully I'll be out of here before the morning. Pleasure to see you all again.
Gonna grasp his hand and say, "Be safe, friend.
And he'll actually reach out and shake your hand.
We'll see you soon."
Fortune favor you.
Sure, our paths will cross again. And he goes up and he goes to go to his room and he goes in there. And you guys are kind of ruminating on that for a second. And for whatever reason, I mean, Lip and Tyr, he seemed pretty forthright most of the time. You get the sense he might not have actually been telling the truth when he said that he was leaving town tonight. It's kind of interesting.
Interesting.
Hard to say one way or another, but that was kind of the one thing where you weren't sure about that.
Do you trust this man?
No, I've never trusted. I mean, historically, I've never trusted him, even when the rest of the group did.
I don't trust
You
him,
trusted
but he
anyone.
has been.
Have you trusted anyone?
Oh yeah, no, I don't trust anyone. It's
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Doesn't
Hold
sound
on.
anyone's
I
really
don't
deserving
trust
of
him, but
trust.
he's been our closest ally, and he was the one who told us about that tower. And he's.
He does
been
probably
aiding
the traps
us.
weren't his. Or
If it weren't for him, Farden wouldn't be here with us.
Oh shit.
But favors aren't free.
But favors aren't free.
Indeed.
So I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop on this character.
Keep an eye out for him. I got the sense that something wasn't as he spoke.
Same.
We promised aid.
I sense dishonesty.
Okay. What's up?
I'm not there. It's fine. You can continue. I'll explain it afterwards.
Okay. I think that might about wrap it up for the night. You guys can get your rest. Long rest.
Cool.
You guys
We
don't level up.
will meet at dawn.
Yeah, you don't level up, I'm sorry.
At dawn we plan.
And we could call it there. Which might actually be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Long
Seems
rest.
like a good stopping point.
You guys get a long rest.
Long rest
And
is a stopping
then,
point.
are we just going
Festival.
to the
Festival.
festival?
Festival
Festival
2.
I put it at dawn this time, so you can't go to fucking Lady Walker's or something.
Or do something
At dawn.
crazy. Yeah, no. It's like, no, we wake
Yeah,
up
that's
or
good.
do festival
Okay,
thing.
that's good. Okay, I'm very glad.
I am preparing the day.